Kia ora iti whānau, no mai, haere mai, and welcome in. Sal's NBL Rapid League kicking off for your Saturday Arvo. The Taranaki is hosting the Wellington Saints. A little bit of a halfway effort here in Hawera, the TSB Hub. Maya Williamson joined by the 2023 Most Improved Player, Charlie Dalton on Sky debut. Welcome in, Charlie.
Maya, thanks for having me. I'm not sure about that title, but I'll take it.
An Auckland Tuatara legend, that's what they should have put.
I appreciate that.
Back over from the States, one more year in you, Charlie.
Yep, that's right. Over at Florida Southern College right now, so back on my summer holidays, and thought I can't play the NZNBL this year, but why not get on the mic and have some yarns about it.
Oh, we're happy to have you. And what better way to start off than without the Rapid League? We'll take a look at the Saints starting five that they have this afternoon. Well, we'll do that after we look at the standings. Still warming up.
Good to do that
yeah,
first.
let's take a look. The Fi got their first loss against the Manawatu Jets last night. And then here are the Saints, 5-1. Not a bad record.
Not bad at all. I think they've been playing really well. I mean, 83% win percentage. I mean, they're right at the top of the league right now, and then they obviously are taking on the Taranaki Airs, who have been struggling a little bit here in the Rapid League.
Yeah, that's a nice way to put it, Charlie. They sit at 11th at 0-7, and Mike Lacey, the absolute legend that he is, sent me a statistic. Unfortunately for the Airs, they lost the last 7 games in 2025 as well, so on a 14-game slide. But we recognised prior to this off of air that Luca Vea and Quinton Bailey are now back in the Rapid League lineup with Stroud and James Moores in the starting five, so that should help them a little bit. Yeah,
no, I think that's definitely going to help them. I think Luca Vea, he's an extremely good athlete, and he's been proving himself in the NZNBL so far, and then also potentially, I don't know, is Marcel Jones going to jump on, the 40-year-old? I don't know if he'll be able to play 2 games, but yeah, no, I think expecting bigger things from them here on this one.
Absolutely. Now we'll take a look at the starting five. You think after a while I'd kind of get used to it, but here we are. Gold, Muna, Robertson, Pilcher, and Latu. Muna, one of the leading MVP standings for the Rapid League at the moment, averaging 11.5 points a game in Rapid League. I mean, Charlie, that's pretty outrageous.
Yeah, no, I've watched a few games of him. He's an extremely skilled point guard, can shoot a bit as well, but just his pace and transition, I think, is where he's deadly. And I mean, obviously 11.7 points per game, he's going to be one to look out for sure.
Look at the Taranaki Airs starting five. Great to see Quinton Bailey back in the mix alongside Vea, Adam, Tuta, and Cooper. Adam coming off the back of an ankle injury, and then, like we mentioned, Luca Vea playing some seriously good minutes for the Taranaki Airs in the starting five rotation, so great to see him back. Let's take a look at the Chemist Warehouse head-to-head. How about that rebounding? The difference in the margin, and of course we've mentioned the winning percentage as well. We don't need to get into that.
Yeah, obviously the Saints just losing 1 in the last 5, but averaging a lot more points than the Taranaki Airs. They still have been giving up quite a few points, so it will be interesting to see here if the likes of Luca Vea and Riley Tuta, who's an excellent 3-point shooter, can get on top of this one over the Saints. The last time these two teams played in the Rapid League, it was actually the Airs that got out early in the first quarter. It was almost a 19-4 start, and then the Saints ended up coming back and winning that one. So will be interesting to see how this one goes, Maya.
I definitely have nightmares about that one, no doubt, the Taranaki Airs, but we're underway here in Hawera. So good to see that Sal's NBL travel to different parts of the country. Wonder if they drove or flew.
I'm not sure. Maybe they flew and then drove, or I think they did fly. We just got some confirmation on that, but I'm not sure what the airport is like in Hawera.
Yeah, how do you even fly to Hawera? I wouldn't even know. We need to do some research on that.
I think we do, as Gold misses that one, and a nice rebound early on from Luca Vea. Don't mind that early shot from Sam Gold, though.
So good to see Everton back in the mix, and Charlie, like you said before, Riley Tuta, a great 3-point shooter.
Yeah, right on the money. He's an excellent 3-point shooter. Played him a lot when he was at New Plymouth. Actually played him in the semi-finals of the secondary schools nationals. Him and Xavier Adam were paired up, and I mean, he's a lights-out shooter, so definitely going to have to get a hand up and read the scout if you're the Saints.
You got it done against him, though, didn't you?
We did, just.
But didn't get down in the final?
No, let's not talk about that.
I say that because I'm from
you're a
Christchurch.
Cantabrian, aren't you? There you go.
Sorry to bring it up, mate. Nice position here from the Saints. Arana Robertson looking good. And there he is for the three-point line. He's just off, but a nice look for the young man.
You know, it was a good look. A couple early good looks from the perimeter from the Saints as we see Quinton Bailey go up. Nice little floater and gets that runner to go.
That's his bread and butter, Quinton Bailey.
100%. Anything around the rim, he's got such nice touch. And has been stepping out onto perimeter a little bit more lately as well. Good to see his game evolving.
Great take, Arthur Pilcher on the baseline. They finally get some points at the rim now, the Saints.
Yeah, Arthur Pilcher, 22-year-old. He from Upper Hutt College, raised in Wellington. And he actually came through the open trials of the Wellington Saints, so he's really put in a lot of work and proved himself to get to where he is today.
Yeah, been with them for a couple of years now, Arthur Pilcher, making some real impact, of course, in the Rapid League, playing some valuable minutes off the bench as well in the NZNBL. Have our first foul of the ball game on the drive here. Adam will inbound it. Another great look in the corner. That's Cooper this time around. And the Ears are off to a great start, 8-2.
Yeah, Geordie Cooper out of New Plymouth Boys, second year here with the Ears. He had a really good game actually against the Saints Rapid League in that first time these two teams met.
Muna facing some serious pressure. He steps back and releases himself of the pressure. First three ball of the game for the Saints.
Yeah, no, that's a tough shot. Little quick release, almost a Steph Curry release there. Got it to go, and looks like he's got a lot of confidence coming into this one as Tuta replies straight back. Deadly three-point shooter. He's got 2 threes already early in this one.
You called it, Charlie. He was going to light it up, and the Ears, they've come out with some serious energy, and they needed it. I mean, 0-7, you don't want to make that any worse than it already is.
Yeah, I know, and I mean, I did mention it earlier. It was the last time these two Rapid League teams faced each other. The Ears did come out firing, so let's hope they can maintain that the entire game.
Blackmore, Robertson. It's really good out of a ball screen, Robertson. Right on cue. Hits the front of the rim, and here the Ears go off to the races. Easiest two of the game for the Ears.
Yeah, nice finish to the defensive stop from Geordie Cooper. Riley Tuta finding him in transition. Again, great start here.
Yeah, great start for the Ears, like you said. Have just been maintaining that, of course. Spoke about the last time these two met. Muna faces some serious pressure. Great basketball, but tipped away by the Ears. Did a great job to avoid an easy 2 points. Vaya hasn't got much action so far, and it's the bread and butter for Luca Vaya, just straight downhill.
Yeah, it's a little bit of bully ball there from Luca Vaya against the younger Latu, showing off his size, but also his strength, as Muna is going to get to the free throw line.
That's what we've seen all season long from Hassan Muna. As we take a look at this from Luca Vaya, just bumps right into the chest of Latu, teaches him a lesson or two about the NZNBL and playing with physicality.
Yeah, he lets the 17-year-old know you're in the big leagues now.
Yeah, sit down, little boy. Muna, 21 years old. He's been playing with the Saints since 2024. It's great to see him really elevate in the Rapid League this year. A product of St. Pat's Silver Stream.
Yeah, super crafty, playing with a lot of confidence as well, which is great to see. Gets a couple early on the board. Obviously, had that 3, and free throws are always good to see the ball go through the net early on.
Yeah, 5 points of the 7, all Hassan Muniz. Great ball movement here from the Ears. Adam has a go, and man, it's a team full of shooters today.
Absolutely, and Xavier Adam, he's just as good a shooter as Riley Tuta. We've seen that throughout his time in the Rapid League, as also in the NZNBL. As we see a nice backdoor. I thought Sam Gold was potentially going to go up and try dunk that one, but maybe mistimed the footing, and the Ears get away with the stop.
But we'd finally see a highlight reel from Sam Gold. Not a lot of touches early in this one for Sam Gold. Xavier Adam, lovely work. The Ears, it's all working for them early.
I mean, we still see a highlight of Sam Gold, but maybe on the end that he didn't want to be on. It was a nice little, we won't say push off, but a nice move by Xavier Adam, and it gets the floater to go, and that wraps up the first quarter. 22-7 the Airs have come to play here, trying to get that first Rapid League win on the board, Maya.
Yeah, let me know, Charlie. What do you think? You're the Saints right now. What's your response here out of this timeout? I mean, the quarter time, sorry.
Yeah, no, I think they've got a lot of good looks. I think they've been shooting quite a lot of threes, though, pretty early on. So I think, you know, get deep inside the paint, try get some easy ones, and then hopefully the offensive rhythm will come from there. And then also on the defensive end, just got to wall up, get in the body a little bit more of some of these bigger players like Luca Vea and Quinton Bailey, and then obviously have a hand on the shooters of Tuta and Adam.
Yeah, it's a great point you make there. They're 1 of 4 from the three-point line. They've actually taken double the amount of threes. They have 2s. And then for the Airs, it's a completely different story. They are 4 from 4 from downtown. So really just two sides of the coin.
Yeah, no, the Airs are super hot right now, but it's not like they're bad looks. They're all great wide open looks, and they're coming with offensive rhythm. It's those one more passes or those kick out threes to the corners, which are the highest percentage three-point shots, and right now the Airs are getting those and they're executing from them.
Second quarter about to get underway. Still plenty of time here for the Wellington Saints, who sit at second in the Rapid League ladder. The Taranaki Airs yet to win a game. They're 0-7. Today be the day that they change that narrative. Tuta gets a catch. The quick release there from Xavier Adam, and that's a great start to the quarter for the Wellington Saints.
They do miss from the three-point line here in the TSB Hub, as we see on the other end. Is that Pilcher coming down on the lane, taking the contact, finishing, and one opportunity.
Strong boy there, Arthur Pilcher. Spoke about him earlier. This one, we'll take a look at that on the replay. Just took a lot of contact on his way in. He's also 21 years old, like you said, a product of Upper Hutt College. Second year officially in the Saints roster.
Yeah, gets the three-point play to go. Bit of full court pressure there from Arthur Pilcher, and it's going to be an offensive screen there on Luca Vea. I mean, we see that a lot in the NZNBL and Rapid League. It's definitely something the officials focus on, isn't it, Maya?
Yeah, the officials have clearly been kind of spoken to the last couple of years about making that a focal point, especially punch screens when they're applying a lot of pressure in the backcourt. Arata Robertson to lead the offense here. Luca Vea applying nice bit of token pressure in the backcourt. Robinson gets it to Pilcher. He came off a stagger. Just loses the handle. Blackmore, well defended by Tuta. Pilcher takes it himself. Blocked away by Bailey. Here we go. Big man getting in the action. Tuhaka gets it to Vea. Nice patience here from the Taranaki Airs. And this is danger zone. Bailey really misses that shot.
Yeah, no, he does. He swatted that one away on the defensive end. He wanted to turn that into offense, but couldn't quite get it to go this time, and he's going to pick up a foul against Sam Gold on the defensive end. The athleticism, though, from the 29-year-old.
Yeah, it's great to see him back in this Rapid League mix like we spoke about. He's been doing a great job being at that starting power forward for the Airs, but nice for him to kind of get back into this rotation with the Airs and provide a little bit of leadership and experience.
100%.
So Gold will go to the Chemist Warehouse stripe. Of course, in Rapid League, it's only 3 free throws to get to the bonus, given it's only a 4-minute quarter. And the Saints now, Charlie, just chipping away at that lead.
Yeah, no, chipping away indeed. They are. We saw this the first time these two teams met. It was an early start to the Airs, and the Saints slowly chipped away. But I'm liking still the offensive flow from the Airs right now. We see Vea go up strong, and he's going to get the foul call. It was a bit of a late whistle, but definitely a lot of contact there, trying to go up over 3 defenders.
He does a great job, Luca Vea. Let's play through physicality. There he is. It's a nice cross, and yeah, 3 defenders tried to stop him, but to no avail. Luca Vea has played a couple of Rapid League games so far. 10 points per game and 6 rebounds. Just proving the athleticism. He's a product of Auckland Grammar School, Tamaki Mikoto. Spent some years playing in the ANBL. And we often see guys, Charlie, you could probably speak more to this than me, that guys who play in NBL 1 or the ANBL, their game just translates so well to the South NBL.
No, 100%. I think it is a very similar play style to NBL 1, the Australian, New Zealand basketball, as we see Luca Vea a little bit too aggressive on defense there, but he obviously has done a few years with the Maitland Mustangs in the NBL 1. He also did a year over in America with Sunrise Christian Academy, but decided that's not the route he wanted to go down, and then went across the ditch and played in Australia, and I think he's grown a lot as a player, and also a lot of confidence that he's brought back to this New Zealand NBL and starting for the majority of the start of this season.
It's been great to see, and great to see he can slide up and down the roster as Arana Robertson was heavily guarded on that screen. He can't make a count from the Chemist Warehouse stripe, 17-year-old. So gives a chance now for the Ears to attack. Bailey, Tuta. Nice handle, Tuta steps back and drills it. Okay, Riley Tuta.
Absolute cash money there, Tuta. Beautiful move. Gets it to go, and he's on a heater. It'll be interesting to see if he can carry that into the NZNBL, but right now I say give the ball to Tuta.
And they are not saying the same thing as you, Charlie, as Latu gets caught up with Cooper.
I mean, he was at the top of your screen calling for that ball.
Man, heat check. Am I right? Give him the ball.
3 for 3 from 3, and I mean, 2 were wide open catch and shoot, but that last one, a little bit of finesse there.
He can do a bit of both.
Back, got it.
Muna now at point guard here. You hear someone calling 5 from the crowd. Wasn't his teammate, obviously. That's beautiful basketball from the Wellington Saints. Now trail by 9.
Saints still maintaining a lot of full court pressure here. The young guns getting up and down as Quinton Bailey gets up and gets it to go. And one, too big, too strong, Quinton Bailey.
Just unfazed as ever, Quinton Bailey.
He's not an emotional player,
No,
is he?
not at all. I don't think I've ever even seen him smile while playing basketball. He's 29 years old, Quinton Bailey. Still a lot left in his legs. He's obviously played many years for the Taranaki years. He's also been up and down the country, the Rams and the Hawks as well. Saints now to respond. Pilcher thought about it. Nice tip there, Luca Vea. Doesn't come up with it, but puts the Saints at a disadvantage. Pilcher finds a lane. Love it from Arthur Pilcher.
Yeah, it was about a fingertip away from being a highlight reel for Luca Vea, but ends up being 2 points for the Saints. As I think, is that going to be bonus now for the Taranaki Ears?
So they'll get a couple of free throws from the Chemist Warehouse stripe. 2 to go to the line.
Look at the rat stay up.
I know that's a lengthy one.
Yeah, it's
comes like mid-back almost.
It's solid.
It's not
I mean,
bad.
it's definitely helping his shooting, that's for sure, as we see him knock down that free throw.
He hasn't missed. He hasn't missed tonight.
I might grow one out, see if I can shoot after that.
I mean, you got the mullet, but thought that might be enough.
Definitely isn't, as we see Tuta knock down the second one. Extends that lead a little bit for the Ears here in quarter number 2 of the Rapid League. 1 minute remaining.
Latu. Nice Muna directing some traffic here. Gets it to Blackmore, does he? No, he misses his handle. Dying seconds of this one. Great defense from Adam, so suffocating. And it goes the way of the Ears. They'll slow things down instead of taking it in transition. Yeah,
ball just stuck in the hand a little bit too much on that position from Munia. The Saints are best when they're moving the ball, as we see Adam 4-3, fires, bingo! Xavier Adam, the combination of Tuta and Adam from the three-point line right now is just killing them. Yeah, so dangerous. The Ears jump out to a convincing 31-15 lead. That'll help for the Saints through Sam Gold, but it's been all Taranaki Ears checking every box so far. And Vea puts another 2 on the board. Puts Sam Gold in the washing machine, gets back to the left hand and powers up strongly with that layup. You see his confidence growing even more here in the Rapid League. Last possession of this one for the Wellington Saints. They'll go through Muna, who finds Blackmore, finds some space. He's way off on that one. And will it count? Oh, it looks good though.
It did look good. That was all she wrote for the first half of the Rapid League here in Hawera, TSB Hub. The Ears, they convincingly lead 33-17. So it wasn't just that first quarter, Charlie. They held on to that momentum.
No, I mean, the Ears are playing absolutely phenomenal right now. And obviously Riley Tuta out there with 11 points and perfect from the field. But it's a pretty mixed and balanced scoring load right now. Xavier Adam, he's got 8. Luca Vea's got 5. Quinton Bailey with 4. And then Jordy Cooper as well with 5. So they're playing really well. But what I notice is the field goal percentage right now is sitting at 85%. So they really can't miss so far, the Ears.
Yeah, and 46 for the Wellington Saints. So actually not bad, but they just can't compete with the scoring load that the Taranaki Ears are projecting right now. Just take a look. You spoke about it there. Tuta and Adam with 11 and 8, but Vea also chipping in, as well as Cooper with 5. And for the Saints, just don't have that same offensive firepower at the moment.
Yeah, no, Arthur Pilcher, he's trying the best he can. He's getting downhill, and that's what I talked about. The Saints were settling a little bit from 3. They're only shooting the three ball at about 20% right now, so Pilcher's leading the way as well. Sam Gold trying to get downhill and get some easy ones at the basket to try to get some momentum building.
No doubt we're seeing Quinton Bailey at the top of that rebounding list.
No surprises there.
4 already. I'm sure he'll be trying to go for a little cheeky Rapid League double-double. Vea and Tuta getting in there as well. I mean, it's hard for the Saints because the Ears are barely missed. So,
yeah,
you know,
no, there's
they're not going to get a lot of rebounds, are they?
Rebounding opportunities, but the assists, man, it's Tuta and Adams. I think they're just passing to each other for 3.
I mean, it helps.
And then the steal, Xavier Adam has been an absolute pest on defense, pressuring Hassan Munir, who is obviously top of the Rapid League in terms of points per game and in the MVP votes. And right now, Adams doing a great job of not letting him direct traffic for the Saints.
Well, they've got 8 minutes to rectify this, the Wellington Saints, or the Ears will walk away with their first win of 2026 Rapid League season. And they're on a 14-game slide, including the last 7 games of 2025. They also dropped. It'd be great for them to finally get one on the board.
It absolutely will, but it is Rapid League and there's still 8 minutes to play, so we don't want to speak too early, Maya, as we see them get back underway here for the third.
Tuta getting that same defensive pressure from Muna. Gets it into Bailey. They were hounding for the mismatch call, but he can't make it count. I mean, it's a great look, Charlie.
It's a perfect look coming out of the halftime. They definitely drew that up. I mean, I think Quinton Bailey almost has a mismatch on every person here in terms of size, and so great look, just couldn't quite finish it on that occasion.
Just trying to force the ball into the hands of Muna at the moment, I think, and Tuta's doing a great job. Latu gets it to Pilcher on the other side. Pilcher somehow found Sam Gold. Misses the bunny though, and now he has a chance to run. Tuta, he's great in those possessions. Can't make it count. Robertson, no. Comes out with Tuta, bit of a dog's breakfast. Cooper, sorry, Tuhaka. Cooper now. And then there's an issue with the shot clock, actually. Callum Welch will have a look. A very messy start to the quarter, Chuck.
Yeah, a little bit. I think we've seen 3 smokies there so far on the layups. Good looks, though, from both sides.
Great looks.
I think Riley Tuta rushed a little bit there in transition. Would like to see him get to 2 feet, play off 2, wait for his teammates to come, and then maybe find a cutter. But they get the ball back with only 5 seconds on the shot clock for running down. Tuta fires away, and he's going to miss his first 3 of the match.
I mean, he had to miss sometime.
He did indeed.
Muna can't draw the foul on Bailey. Latu, though, is there to clean things up, and that's what they need, a bit more pressure at the rim.
Yeah, it was a good attack by Muna. Unfortunately, he ran into an absolute brick wall of Quinton Bailey, who just stood there with his hands up.
Bailey
definitely wasn't going to be a foul.
Doesn't know who to give it to. Gets it back to Adam. Adam had a bit of space there. Tuta attacks on Robertson. Nice move. Tuta misses another one. Somehow comes up with his board. Won't make that one count. Not the same offensive start that the Ears have had here in the second half. Robertson all the way down to the cup. No good. And Ears
Another
possession.
couple of layups missed on both sides. Just both teams rushing a little bit. Tuta was swarmed by 3 yellow defenders and still tried to go up rather than opting for the kick out, which I think we saw there in the first half, which led to so much success for them. But yeah, Rapid League, I mean, it's such a great opportunity for these players, especially these impact players, to get warm for the NZNBL, and then also a great opportunity for these high school players to really get some development.
Yeah, 100%, much more than they were getting before the Rapid League invention became a thing here in Aotearoa. Great position for the Taranaki Airs. It's a nice look in the corner, but just couldn't convert. Saints, a little bitty run right now. Momentum sits with them. Goal, bit of point guard duties for the big man. Muna, nothing comes easy for him, but he makes it look like it does. Muna up to 8 points now. Back to 11, goes the deficit.
Yeah, he's getting close to his average of 10.6. Couple threes. He's been shooting the three ball at about 39% so far. So it's definitely a good shooter, but a lot of it is actually off the dribble compared to catch and shoot that we see with most of these players. I think he's actually better off the dribble than he is catch and shoot, which is a bit more rare than what you see with most shooters.
That means you're a really, really good shooter, because like that's hard to get into that rhythm.
It is. Some people just love the ball in their hand, though, the control, rather than almost a rush catch and shoot with the defender flying at you.
Yeah, he's been controlling this offense all year, so good with ball in hand. Can direct traffic so well. Vaya. So athletic again, finds Bailey on an island. Bailey can't connect. I think he might have thought that one was good. He gave the cheeky run away, but it was too long.
He was running back to halfway. Sam Gold almost was doing the same there. Both looks good. Just finding back rim, which if you're a shooter, it's not a bad miss finding back rim, but obviously the aim of it is to go in the hoop. This is a mismatch down low. Decides to opt out as the double team Kane.
Adam now attacking on Pilcher. Didn't have a lot of time. It's a big boy rebound there from Bailey. Doesn't draw a foul in, but he does on the second. Bailey, so frustrated. Just getting absolutely hounded down there by almost every defender in a yellow jersey. Let's take a look at that.
Yeah, he's got a lot of yellow around him. And
yeah.
I mean, there was a lot of body contact. I think the call was right to let it play after those first two, but that third one, there was definitely a couple of swipes across the arm. Almost
Bailey,
like he's in a rugby scrum.
It seemed like it, you know, and he probably played a bit of rugby back in the day, Quinton Bailey.
Definitely looks like a rugby lad.
Stratford High product. He debuted with the Ears in 2014. He's played a total of 6 seasons, including this one.
Yeah, he also jumped over to the States and played a little bit at Citrus College his first 2 years, then John Brown University and NAIA school. So he's also got some US experience before rejoining the NZNBL as we see a deep three. Oh my goodness.
Yeah, that one, so good off Muna's hand. Perfect from the three-point land. And they're back to a single-digit deficit. This has been a much better quarter for the Saints. The Ears just not scoring in the same clip. In fact, they only have the 1 point in this quarter, and that was the Bailey free throw. It's another foul committed by the Saints, which will definitely help. A couple of possessions left inside of this one. Just off there from Lyric Tuhaka.
Yeah, misses the first one. He just turned 18 years old out of New Plymouth Boys. He started in rugby league actually at the age of 6, and he found basketball at Spotswood Primary, and well, he hasn't looked back on the game of basketball since.
Great decision.
Great decision, I agree as well. Parents probably thought so too, a little bit less physical.
Yeah, they can be less worried about Lyric Tuhaka and his injuries probably in basketball. So the only points that the Ears have scored at all in this quarter have been 2 free throws. Much better job on both ends for the Wellington Saints. They still trail by 10. Nice pass, great basketball. Robertson sees a lane, floats it up with his left hand. Offensive rebound, second bite at the cherry, hits every part of the rim. And a final heave will not go here for Riley Tudor. So the end of the third quarter, the Ears again hold steady on to their lead. 35 plays 25 but a much better third quarter effort for the Wellington Saints, Charlie.
Yeah, no, absolutely. And we talked about it earlier before the game started with the inclusion of Luca Vea and Quinton Bailey. I think that has caused the defense to collapse a little bit more, which has opened up those shooters, allowed them to score 35 points where they're only averaging 28 points a game. So they're already well past their average, and that just goes to show the mistakes of having Luca Vea and Quinton Bailey on this Rapid League side, but they've definitely slowed down a little bit here in this quarter. I'd like to see them getting back to moving that basketball and playing a little bit more in transition, and for the Saints it's a much better quarter. Hassan Munir, he's 3 for 3 from the three-point line. Get the ball back in his hands and see what he can do.
He can do a lot, that's for sure. The large cup pepperoni pizza is your sales deal of the week. $35 a pop. You can scan the QR code next time it pops up. And of course, Chemist Warehouse is our official stats partner of the Sales NBL. There it is. Scan the QR code, get a month, we'll put it back up, especially for you at home. Sales just 26 as well. You can use the online code. I mean, Charlie, at this economy, $35 for a whole Sales pizza, that's a steal.
Oh, that is a steal indeed. I might have to head to Sales right after this, Maya.
That's your Saturday evening feed. Auckland Tuatara playing the Nuggets tonight as well, so you can watch that.
Kick your
feet up.
Yep, watch the little bro in action as he plays for the
course.
Tuatara. They're trying to bounce back after a loss against the Southland Sharks, which knocked them off that top spot on the leaderboard.
Yeah,
we'll get more into later.
Sharks looking really good at the moment, and so is Muna. Just absolutely cooking for the Saints right now.
Yeah, gets to 2 feet. Uses the shoulder and the elbow to find a little angle around the body, and pretty finish. And a steal straight back from Pilcher. Man, he's just everywhere. He's a bit of a dog, and Muna comes down, a little lefty lay fillet me. Oh my goodness.
He can do it all, Muna. You know, he's 3 of 3 from downtown, but has shown his ability to get at the rim on this occasion. I think there's a little bit of sweat on the floor, just taking out precautions. 35 now plays 29. Trent Adam, animated as usual, Charlie. Father of Xavier Adam, of course, former head coach of the Taranaki years.
Yeah, no, good to see him in the stand, on the bench for the Taranaki side. He's another one of the great minds of New Zealand basketball, and you see him sometimes in and around the Tall Black squad, and a big factor of New Zealand basketball. Is going to need a good possession here. Ball with Luca Vea, trying to get downhill on Munir, finds the cutter, beautiful. Jordy Cooper slicing the lane and finishing it off.
I mean, that's what you want if you're the Taranaki years. You've gone on a bit of a slide. They lost that third quarter 8-2, and then it's been a good start for the Saints. So if you're the team in front, that's what you want, Charlie.
Exactly what you want is just can't quite finish as Arana Robertson, and we're off to the races with Vea, finds Jordy Cooper, 4-3, no good. Rebound, Tuta, back up and one, gets it to go. Riley Tuta, a big play for the Taranaki years.
That is 10 points, the lead now for the Ears. Take another look at that one. Tuta, he's been massive on the offensive glass. Nice patience to get gold up in the air there, and it's gone back out to 10 points, the lead. Just under 3 minutes inside this one. A little bit of a father and son moment from Xavier and Trent Adam, and Tuta makes the three-point play count. Back out to 11, so the Saints, they could have put some serious work in here.
Yeah, just as you thought the Saints had all the momentum, a big play, doing the little intangible stuff, such as getting offensive rebounds.
How about that pass?
Oh,
Blocked away.
Gold. Oh,
not blocked away. Man, Sam Gold thought he again got a highlight play, but he's whistled for a foul. We've got to take another look at that, Charlie.
Yeah, what a pass from Tuta. Vea almost slowed down, wide open layup. No, but I mean, from my point of view, he got the ball first and maybe caught a bit of the arm after. I think Luca Vea and Jordy Cooper were having a little bit of a laugh about it. Maybe got away with one on that one.
Here is your Chemist Warehouse Hoops and Schools banner. Unfortunately, these applications are now officially closed, but another application opening in June, so keep your eyes and ears peeled. Of course, every made free throw from the Chemist Warehouse stripe adds to the Chemist Warehouse Hoops and Schools tally, and that will not help for the Wellington Saints. Nice patience from Xavier Adam. They have the lead, there's no rush. Tuta gets it back. Adam, the high catch. using all the time in the world at the moment, the Airs. Adam finds Tudor, doesn't need much time and space, connects and stabs the dagger even further into the heart of the Saints. It's almost at 20 points.
And another turnover.
Wowee, Charlie.
Oh, look at this. Another one. Bingo, Yahtzee, Tudor from the three-point line. This man is feeling himself.
19 points the lead. The Airs, they are winless this season, but they are playing like they are top of the table. 48 points in a Rapid League affair is one of the highest we've seen this year.
And I'll tell you what, Maya, they've almost doubled their scoring average on the season. Their scoring average of 28. They've already got 48, 20 more than they usually score. I mean, partly because Tudor's just gotten hot, but these guys are playing with some real confidence and some real swagger.
Cooper, pressured in the backcourt, but handles it well.
Yeah, just going to run through their sets a little bit more, take off some time. We see, I thought it was going to be a lob. Bailey!
We'll count it.
Yeah.
We'll count it, but not exactly a slam from Quinton Bailey. They officially get up by 21. Muna, he will not answer. And the Taranaki Airs have just checked every box today.
The 14-game dry streak is going to come to an end. We see Munir, he'll add another couple to the tally and continue to fight his case as the MVP in the Rapid League. But right now, it's all about the Taranaki Airs and Riley Tudor.
Just under a minute to go here in Rapid League. It's been all the Taranaki Airs, like you just said, Charlie, here in Hawera. Maybe it's the change of location. Luca Vea just absolutely dancing with Arana Robinson. He won't make it count. And the Saints have a couple of possessions left inside this one. I think the beauty, at least of the Rapid League and the NZNBL, is that every point matters for your ladder, especially near the end of the season. So still fight to the final buzzer.
Well, I tell you what, Riley Tudor has 20 points, and he's closing in on the individual highs of the season in the Rapid League. The highest actually is Hassan Munir that did it against the Taranaki Airs. He had 22, and so I mean Riley Tudor just 2 points away from tying that Rapid League record for the year.
Not to mention he's got 6 rebounds and 4 assists to go along with 20 points. That's an impressive NZNBL stat line.
Yeah, and he's done it in 16 minutes.
Yeah, 16 minutes. Let's see. Can he do it, Charlie?
Oh.
No, he cannot.
I wonder if he knows right now.
Yeah, feeling the pressure a little bit.
Maybe.
Luca Vea.
3.
Bailey. Tuhaka. There he is. Tudor. He's got to make something work here.
He thought about letting it flow.
Oh. Not on the same page with Bailey, unfortunately.
No, slight miscommunication there between Tudor and Bailey.
We'll see a BNZ player timeout here from the Wellington Saints. They trail by 19. We'll take a look at that. You can scan that QR code and win your ticket to the big game. Chuck in your community, school or sports groups details and get along to a game. I think today is proving to you that these can be entertaining, especially the likes of Riley Tudor.
Yeah, and it also just goes to show you can never predict who's going to win these Rapid League, but also the NZNBL games. You know, you're just getting upsets all over the place, and today is a prime example of that.
Final position here for the Wellington Saints before it's all said and done. They'll go to Robertson and get one last attempt on the pull-up, and that is all she wrote. The Taranaki Airs, they walk away with their first Rapid League win of the year in dominant fashion, 50-31, and it was all Riley Tudor today that made it so convincing here in Hawera. I mean, everything from the first tip to the final buzzer, Charlie, it all just worked for the Airs today.
No, it really did. I think their ball movement, their speed, also their defensive intensity was absolutely great and spot on, and I think that's the biggest factor of why they got it done today and got their first one on the board.
And it's great momentum for them, Charlie, heading into a NZNBL matchup against a very tough Wellington Saints team. It's great for their momentum.
Absolutely. The Saints are absolutely rolling right now, and obviously the Airs aren't quite rolling in the NZNBL, but hopefully this will lift the spirits of the Airs, give them a bit of confidence and hopefully a little bit of hype heading into this Sal's NBL game, which will be shortly as we take a look at some of the stats of today's game. I think we all know who we're going to see at the top of that scoring leaderboard.
Also Goodman there in the crowd as well. Just saw that. Hard to miss the hair.
Just a standard national champion in the crowd.
Yeah, just a history maker. Just casually watching. I mean, Munir at the top as well for the Saints, producing 17 points, but it was Adam, Bailey, Vea and Cooper all contributing. That helped.
Yeah, I mean, it's super even spread apart from Tudor, but it just shows the depth of this Rapid League side now for the Airs, with Bailey and Vea entering the Rapid League squad. Rebounds, Quinton Bailey, absolute beast on the boards today, and Tudor also with 6 as well, Vea with 4, Tuhaka with 2, and Cooper with 1. And then on the Saints side, it was all pretty even with 2, and Sam Gold snagging 3 rebounds.
I mean, we can expect nothing else from Sam Gold. Great rebounder. Adam, 5 assists, and Tudor 4 as well. I mean, he was everywhere.
Yeah, no, Xavier Adams was everywhere, and everywhere on the defensive end as well. I think he applied a lot of pressure early on in that first half. He kept Hassan Munir to limited points in that first half, but the second half couldn't quite do the same, and that's a prime example of that. 5 steals in 16 minutes, that's pretty incredible. Xavier Adam, an absolute pest on defense.
An absolute pest is the best way to describe it, Charlie. Thank you for joining us here on Sky Sport for the Rapid League, but make sure you do not go anywhere. Just after 4, tipping off the Wellington Saints and the Taranaki Airs, Sal's NBL. We'll see you soon.
Great cleaning out there, by the way. Saw you out there doing your thing, mopping the floors, making sure our people are safe on the court. So thank you, and thank you to all of our little gents around the place. Okay, so let's have a try. The words are, we are the Airs, the Taranaki Airs. Malanoiho, easy Airs, okay? Now I'm going to give another basketball there because, I don't know, it's better than just sitting in the spots. I'll give away 2. Actually, thank you to our partners, GJ Garden and the Homes. If you're looking for a builder to build you a new house, then GJ Garden is the place to go. That's paid content right there. Anyway, I've got 2 basketballs to give away. I just need to hear you from it. I need to hear you, and the brothers, when they come out onto the court, they need to hear you as well. I know you're all like, yeah, well, I've only got 2 balls. Well, we're not. Nearly dropped myself on that one. Okay, so let's have a practice. We are the Airs, the Taranaki Airs. Short turn. Go. And time. Okay, so we're going to do it in time. We are the Airs, the Taranaki Airs. Go. Okay, this time we're going to give away a ball, a single ball, to the loudest, okay? So, we'll try it one more time. I'll give one to this side, and then I'll go over here and the loudest on that side, okay? Here we go. We are the Airs, the Taranaki Airs, go! Oh, did you feel that, my brother? Did you feel that? You felt that? I felt it. Got these hearing aids after today. One more time for this side. We are the Airs, the Taranaki Airs, go! That's this little girl here in the 80. I could hear you from Wellington. There you go. Too much. Right, I've got one for this side as well. Here we go. Don't help them out this side. They weren't helping you now. Okay? So we don't help them out. Okay, this side, I've got one more ball to give away. You can put your hands up as much as you like, but I don't want to see hands. I want to hear your voices and I want to hear your bola. I want to hear the mana. Okay, left side. Here we go. We are the Airs, the Taranaki Airs. Go! You know what? I might just take these home with me to tomorrow break. That is rocking. And when the birds come up, they're just going to absolutely feel the love. They're going to be pumped up. And we might actually win one. How about that? All right, here we go. Right here tonight, he's helping out this time. But I'm only listening to, you can put your hand up as much as you want, like I said. But I want to hear your voices. I want to hear the pride in your voices. Okay, let's go. We are the Airs, the Taranaki Airs. All together, we are the Airs, the Taranaki Airs. I should be saying, all hail King Title. Anyway, I think the winner of this one, I think we might need one more try. How about that? Here we go. Total five, go! Actually, I had about 100 kids over here, but I could hear their boy with the hand up. Now, shame I've got the boys in the hood. Take my break, excuse me, aunties. Oh, you might be a future Ears player, but all the cheerleaders. And congratulations to our two winners of those balls. Now we are going to have a little bit of a practice of our moves house because the wrist moves out of body. If you have come from Waverley, if you've come from Hokanui, if you've come from Wellington to support the Saints, we love you. Our mountain is your mountain, and if you're ever looking for a home, Taranaki is the place to come to. South Taranaki in particular is one of the best places to live in. Alright, so we'll have practice on our who's house, and it's the Airs house. So those are the words, 2 words, Airs house. So I'll say whose house, and you will say Airs house. Whose house? Actually no, we'll try something. We'll try and just do a little bit of a build up. So I'll go, whose house? Whose house? Whose house? Whose house? Yeah, something like that. We'll do that when they come in their way. We do the We Are the Airs, the Taranaki Airs. We're going to do that 3 times. We have one more practice, and I've got one more ball to give away thanks to our partners at GJ Gardner Homes. Alright, so 3 times. That's what you have to do. Here we go. Toba! What was that? Who started that? It was a little girl. Was that you? Here you go. Come and get you a basketball. See, I asked, and she just started it. She's going to be a high cutting for the day. She's going to be the whole. Ladies and gentlemen, give her a round of applause. What's your name? Riley, who are you going to support? Yeah, give it up for Riley, everybody. Well done. I'm running out of basketballs, so this time we're going to do We Are the Airs, the Taranaki Airs 3 times. We are the Airs, the Taranaki Airs. Go! And we are the Airs, the Taranaki Airs. Here we go, here. Come on, we are the Airs, the Taranaki Airs. There was like a little girl over here somewhere that I could hear, but there was some real fierce warriors over here that I could hear. So we'll just have all of you folks line up over here. Yep, okay. What are we going to do tomorrow? We are going to have We Are the Airs, the Taranaki Airs, but I want you to turn around to the crowd and just get by themselves. Whoever's the loudest, you are going to get a basketball, but I'm not going to pick the winner, the mayor. Okay, Mr. Mayor, your worship. Okay, brothers, here we go. We are the Airs, the Taranaki Airs. Okay, so 5, go! Again, we are the Airs, the Taranaki Airs. Go! Very well done. Give them a round of applause. Your worship. Who wants the winner for today? Emirates. What's your name? Who's your favourite player? Coach Chick. Yeah. Wellington. There we go. There's a giddy in the house. Everybody give it up. Cheer on, right? This is the best mascot on all of Aotearoa, and congratulations, come get your ball. We'll have some visit, and we'll come back shortly. Kill 'em, right? So good to be here. Don't forget if you are posting, you should be. Tag us at TSB on Instagram. Use the hashtag TSB. And the best game content on the night, tonight, you'll actually get 2 free tickets to the next game. Tonight's NBL game is live on Sky Sport. Going out to the whole also and of course on ESPN across the United States. So Taranaki, let's make sure we show the country and the world what game day sounds like in our house. Now the A's merch table is now open in the foyer, so get it early before the sizes start and we'll have a buy one, get 2 free. Geez, you must be making heaps of money. Get buy one and get 2 free sale. That's a bit of a deal going on tonight, so get it quick. And also, if you don't have your size in stock, we will do a pre-order this month and get that delivered to you. Get down to the left of the stands and 5 drinks an hour before the action starts as well. Alright. We've got a bit of a courtside thing going on, haven't we? There's heaps of seats over there. If you can see over on the far side of the court, there is a whole bunch of seats. Now the beauties in the house, they I was going to say he, but he could be a sheep, so let's call him they. How about that? Ia. Ia. The very Yeti. Does he have a name? Oh, just straight up Yeti. Okay. We're going to get Yeti to go around and look for who is dressed up and the best he was in the fire today. And he is going to pick a special someone to join us down on the side and they can come. We might even pick 2 people. Yeah? Okay. I'm just making up the rules with my order. If I could take these all down to the side, I will. So we're going to pick 2 people. Yes, yeah, pick 2 people. If you are dressed up in some Taranaki ears, actually, we'll do one from the ears and we'll also do one from the Saints. Because we're all about partner, we're all about sharing. If you are just up in some ears today, what's the Yeti doing up there? He's not even listening to me today. He's right up. Oh, he's fine. Yeti's very popular. Make sure he's going to order comes from the Yeti. I don't know if we can talk. That's my first time meeting him actually. You wanted to talk like me, don't you? Well, I'm not like picking. But I can see a couple, I can see the road like clean ass beams to get down there, and I think he's probably the only one who's like ready to get down there, coming up here. Oh, there's my cousin over there. I don't know what's yellow. There's my other cousin over there. Kia ora. Welcome to Hawera. Yeah, bro, that's you. We're just picking the road. You're going to be sitting courtside, we'll come and get you just before the game starts. Bro, with the kid. And also, Saints, we're looking for a Saints supporter who wants to get close to the action. Is that you? We're some Saints supporters. We've got a Saints supporter. Oh, would you like to sit courtside? You do? Okay.
Kia ora iti whānau, no mai, haere mai, and welcome into Sal's NBL Hoops for your Saturday afternoon. We're kicking off a weekend of basketball right here, and none other than Hawera getting some love. The Taranaki is hosting the Wellington Saints. Maya Williamson joined by the 2023 Most Improved Player Charlie Dalton, welcome to the commentary booth.
Oh, Maya, I appreciate it. I'm absolutely thrilled to be here. I don't know about that label though, the 2023 Most Improved. It means I went from not very good to just okay. I know a lot of these other commentators have the 6-time NZNBL champion, but not quite there yet. Maybe one day, Maya. But I'm excited to be here.
Yeah, well, your Sky Commentary debut, of course, you've been in the league a few years, Charlie, but you're on summer break for your collegiate career so far, right? One more year left in the tank for you?
Yep, that is correct. Just finished my junior year at Florida Southern College in Lakeland, Florida, and then going back for one more. And then who knows if this 5-year rule gets passed, which we can talk a little bit more about later, but potentially even 2 more years, which I probably wouldn't hesitate in taking.
So, well, you might not see you in the South NBL for quite some time, apart from hearing your voice.
Maybe not, although I wanted to play again this year, but didn't get the okay from my college, but happy to still be a part of the league and jump on the mic with you.
Love it. There is your QR code for your vote. There's no favourites at the moment.
Let's get some votes in, shall we?
Of course.
Who's getting your vote, Mark?
Look, I was just about to get into that. I'm thinking Saints are a pretty talented team.
They are, and they're on fire right now.
I think the Ears can catch a bit of momentum.
You know, I mean, I'm going to go with the Saints as well. I think they've just been in such good form recently. I mean, they've had some blowout games, and I mean, the last time these two teams met was a few weeks ago, and the Saints got on top 111-89. It wasn't too close, but like you're saying, I think the Airs can build some momentum. They've got obviously James Moores and Brandon Stroud that have just entered the squad, and are going to be huge for these guys' success.
Let's take a look at the Sal's NBL standings. The Saints are near the top with that 4-2 record so far, but the Ears not far behind, though 3-4, although 3 out of 4 of those losses for the Taranaki Ears have come in their last 3 games, the Sharks, Giants, and then of course the Saints getting it done over them, so they'll want to do everything they can to prevent, Charlie, a 4-game slide.
Yeah, no, they definitely want to get back in the winning column, and I mean, they aren't quite at home. They are in Hawera, which isn't quite their home court, but they are 2-1 when on home surface. So I think they'll be looking to get somewhat back in their home territory and try get a win. On the other side of things, the Saints, well, they haven't got a road win yet. And I talked to Aaron Young about that, and he said the biggest focus on this game is just trying to get that road win. So we'll see, can they get that done today?
Take a look at the games coming up for this weekend in the next round. The Nuggets and the Tuatara play this evening, a near the top of the table clash, and then the real top of the table clash, Rams and Sharks tomorrow here on Sky Open, so free to everyone to watch, and then the Giants and the Hawks to round out round 6, and then the Sharks and the Saints will kick things off. So quick turnaround for the Wellington Saints, Charlie.
Yeah, and also quick turnaround for the Sharks. I mean, they're playing 3 games in eight days, which the Saints did not too long ago. But yeah, the Saints are really just going to be focusing on getting this road win, and then they can worry about the Sharks. The Sharks are in absolute peak form. They just bet the Tuatara on Thursday night. Was it Thursday night?
Thursday night, correct.
Thursday night, and then they'll try bounce back after a loss against the Nuggets tonight, which will be a great game.
Here's the starting 5 for the Wellington Saints, the away team tonight. Liafa, Pepper, Davison, Ingram, and Alaire. I mean, what a lineup.
Yeah, an absolute lineup, and the thing that stands out to me straight away is the amount of playmakers on this side. I mean, Isaiah Liafa, just a veteran point guard and playmaker that is very well known in New Zealand. Obviously, Elijah Pepper, he's now at the top of the scoring leaderboard, averaging 26.7 points per game, an absolute weapon. And then the biggest thing for me is Carlin Davison, how much he's become a playmaker so far in this season, averaging 8.5 assists, which is just incredible for a guy of his size.
We caught up with Isaiah Liafa earlier today.
The Saints offense is humming over the past couple of games, including a big win at home over the Airs. What has been working well for the team, and where are you looking to push that advantage today?
Yeah, I think we're focused on us, to start off, and obviously they got some new pieces to their team, so it's definitely going to be an aggressive game, and they got dudes that like to get downhill and transition and kind of play in a quick pace, so we've got to make sure we stop the ball and get early pickups, and yeah.
The Airs have a different look than when you last met. How does that change your approach today compared to your last meeting? What areas do you need to keep the Airs contained as you look to grab a road victory today?
Yeah, we obviously had a good week of practice, and being able to fit in their new pieces, kind of go through scout and their strengths and weaknesses and what we want to take away and kind of what we want to live with. But yeah, it's definitely going to be a battle, and obviously having a game down here is going to be a great atmosphere, and obviously we played them not too long ago, so it's definitely familiar faces. But yeah, we definitely want to stay aggressive and be on the forefront.
Great to hear from one of the Sal's NBL greats, Zay Liafa. Played many Sal's NBL seasons for the Wellington Saints thus far in his career. We'll jump over now to the Taranaki Airs, who are slightly revamped, you could call it. Aaron Cook Jr., Xavier Green, Stroud in his second game as a Taranaki Air, Stane Samuel, and then James Moores back in the mix as well. We caught up with point guard Aaron Cook Jr. earlier today.
The Airs are coming up against a high-powered offense, with the Saints having averaged over 180 points in their last 2 wins. What are the keys for Taranaki as you look to slow down their potent scoring ability?
I would say the most important thing is stopping them in transition. Obviously, they're a really good team when they get out and run. They got really good passers in Carlin, really good scorer in Elijah Pepper. So we know what we have to do as far as stopping their guys and stopping them in transition.
For the Airs, a bit of a rough patch of late, having dropped 3 in a row, but a step in the right direction last time out with a couple of new additions. What are the keys to the Airs taking that next step as you look to secure a victory against the Saints today?
I think the main thing is just getting used to our new guys that are here. We got 2 new guys in Brandon and also in James that are big pieces, but we're still trying to figure out how we're going to, all mesh together. So figuring out how to include those guys, but also just playing as a team, staying together, and even when things go bad for us, that's all right. We keep moving on and try and make the next play.
And that's a key there, Charlie, is learning to gel with 2 new players. They've been comfortable with having Luca, Hawera and Bailey in the starting lineup, so it's going to be interesting to see how they all gel together.
Yeah, and I don't think it's just for the Taranaki Airs. I think teams all across the league, that's just part of the nature of the NZNBL. You've got players coming from overseas leagues and then obviously heading away for various different reasons. So I watched the game back against the Southland Sharks, and I think it was very important that they now have James Moores and Brandon Stroud, but they definitely hadn't quite clicked yet, especially on the defensive end as well as the offensive end. So hopefully with a few practices under the belt and just living around each other, we'll see if they can gel a little bit more.
We'll take a look at the Chemist Warehouse head-to-head before we get underway here in Hawera. Straight away, what stands out to me is both that point guard battle, Charlie, and the scoring difference. First in scoring place, 11th in scoring.
Yeah, 105 points per game to 85 points per game is pretty drastic. So it's which team is going to force the other team to play their style of basketball. The Saints are obviously on fire with 3 wins in a row compared to the Airs losing the last 3, and that point guard battle between Aaron Cook and Isaiah Liafa. 2 very fast, high-paced players, but also great facilitators. So going to be interesting to see who controls their team better and which team can control the pace of the game better. There
is your who will win poll. Got some votes on the board now. The Saints just ahead, 55%, so some Taranaki loyals.
Yeah, definitely some Taranaki fans, and I think with the incorporation of James Moores and Brandon Stroud, that definitely has a factor, even though the Saints did get up big time the last time these 2 teams met. Not only is the scoring difference so drastic, but the biggest one for me is the rebounding. Obviously, the Saints average 44 rebounds a game compared to the Airs at the lower end of the league, only averaging 34, but one thing to notice is the last time this Taranaki Airs team played against the Southland Sharks, even though they lost, they actually won the rebounding battle by 2, and I think that's due to having James Moores there in the middle and having a bigger wing with Brandon Stroud.
Yeah, that's going to be massive tonight as we look now to get underway here in Sal's NBL. Saturday afternoon action here at Hawera, a home away from home for the Taranaki Airs. It'll be Saints with the first possession, and immediately they go upstairs to the big man, Alea. It's not so easy when you've got James Moores down on you, and the Taranaki Airs recover well on that possession, Charlie.
I mean, I think we've seen it a couple of times. The Saints, they come out and they look for that lob play straight away, and who else to deliver it other than Carlin Davison, who we mentioned has been just distributing the ball so well this season so far. Alea couldn't quite get a handle on that lob, but I mean, a great look first out of the gates for the Saints.
Samuel, really good so far. Cook Jr. just been the driving force of this Taranaki Airs offense and starts things off with a bucket. I mean, it's always good when you get your point guard underway with scoring early.
Absolutely, and that one's going to be a first turnover for the Saints. I was catching up with Aaron Young earlier this week ahead of this game, and he said, I mean, the biggest thing for him, as I mentioned, is getting that first road win, but the other thing is turnovers is the main issue for them. I mean, they're getting a lot of assists, but also way too many turnovers. They're averaging 15 turnovers a game. As we see them get a steal there, Alea's going to fire away from 3, and that one's going to hit the top of the shot clock, and I mean, still a good look.
I mean, transition threes, that's what the Saints love to take apparently this season. So.
I mean, in a lot of other teams, it's probably not a good shot, but
yeah,
for the Saints, it's we can't deny that it's working for them.
Yeah, well, Young, cool as a cucumber on that one, so that'll be our answer. The Airs now their second offensive possession. Again, a new look with the additions of Brandon Stroud there in the corner and James Moores. Cook Jr. Great offensive rebound for Moores. We're going to see plenty of that today as he draws the foul on Akich Alea. That's exactly how you want James Moores to get involved, Charlie.
Yeah, no, absolutely. I think he's going to be such a big factor for this side. The last time he played in this league was in 2024 with the Jets, and he averaged a massive 18, 8, and 7. So expecting a bigger performance here tonight from him. I mean, it's tough when you enter the league after a couple of days in the country and you have to go up against Sam Timmins, who is in the MVP running. But I'm expecting him to have a big one today.
He's been awesome. Last season he was with the Jets, like you mentioned, but has, you know, gained a lot of overseas experience in Austria and Belgium, Holland, and of course in Australia as well. He's always proved his success, so there he is. They jump out to an early 4-0 start over the Saints, and immediately so much pressure on Zaliafa. It is a foul given by Xavier Green, and we're talking about this off air, Charlie. Such a prolific scorer for the Airs, but does struggle with foul trouble, and that can really impact the way that the Airs flow.
Yeah, and it's not just him. A few of the Airs have been dealing with foul trouble. I think a big factor as to why they lost the last game against the Sharks was foul trouble. Darnay Samuels, he ended up getting ejected with 2 technical fouls. We know he's an animated player, but also James Moores got fouled out early in that 4th. So foul trouble going to be something to look out for here as Darnay Samuels can't get that 3 to go. Rebound Davison.
Here goes Carlin Davison playing his former team. He's a product of Taranaki, born and bred. He gets a lot of contact in transition. I'm feeling a little bit of spice early in this one, Charlie. Already a little bit of physicality and some words exchanged already.
Oh, I absolutely love to see it. And I mean, one thing we haven't mentioned yet is Carlin Davison playing his former team. He's obviously played for the Airs for multiple years, and he goes straight into the chest. Charge. Wow. Just ran into him like a bowling ball. A perfect setup. Stayed square was Alea, and well, that's going to be the second foul, I think, on Brandon Stroud really early in this one.
I don't think he agreed with that call whatsoever, but it's a very much a welcome to the league moment for Brandon Stroud. He's coming off a season in Finland, and only in his second game with the Airs, he'll take a seat just 2 minutes in. So Luka Vea getting an earlier burst than hopefully he anticipated.
I mean, Akich Alea, it's not often you get a big man that is willing to take a charge in transition, so it's great early sign to see. Now on the other end, and oh well, looks like James Moores is going to get called for a foul there, potentially on the body on the way up, but Saints just struggling to finish right now around the rim.
Look, we heard off here that we had until 8 p.m. to be on air, Charlie, and we actually might need that much time.
Yeah, well, let's
5 fouls
not
already
jinx
committed.
that, all right? Let's not jinx that.
It's only been 2 minutes. Man, we just can't find any flow. Both teams playing with a lot of physicality here early as Akeisha Leah makes a count from the Chemist Warehouse. He's just recently re-signed in the ANBL, which is really exciting to see of the young man. It's for Southeast Melbourne as he makes them both counts, and finally the Saints
Second
hit
one
on
rattled out, but we're good as Luca Vea going to bring the ball on the wing.
Sorry, I was reading my notes to make sure I got him pinned at the correct ANBL team. Moore's working on Leah, but just cannot go anywhere. Great defensive position for the Wellington Saints. Here come Dante Ingram. Bumps Green out the way. No call. It's getting spicy in here.
Oh, it's starting to heat up, and we're only 2 minutes into this one. Yeah, we could be set for a big one.
Green decides to step back. Can't nail it. No team really finding their offensive flow just yet, Charlie.
No, we're getting spicy, but we're not quite executing so far, and a lot of talk, but not a lot of walk so far from both sides.
Cook Jr. Vea gets it into Samuel, and that's bread and butter. You cannot isolate on Darnay Samuel down low. He's dangerous.
No, he's a big fella, but man, he's got a lot of skill down there. Well, there's the scoring leader for the league, Elijah Pepper. Man, can that man shoot the ball.
That's like a layup for him. And shooting it at 33%, like you mentioned, leading the South NBL in scoring so far, 26 points per game.
Yeah,
Here's
I think
Samuel
even
again.
if you're in the parking lot, you should still have a hand on that guy.
Absolutely. Moores can't get downhill on Leah. Has to shoot a tough shot. Nice possession by the Saints. Can they turn it into some offense here? Davison, that playmaking role. Ingram gets the on ball from Leah. It's a step on Moores. Leaves it short. Pepper in the mix. It'll end up with the ears.
Yeah, good defensive possession. Luca Vea just channeling Dante Ingram into the bigger man. James Moores allowed him to get a good contest.
Green thought about it. Got it to Vea late. Gets the on ball from Samuels and gets to the rim. Lovely, lovely stuff from Xavier Green.
Yeah, pretty hang dribble. Just caused the drops defender to get back to his man and then opened up the lane fully as we see Carlin Davison try to get a mismatch down low on Aaron Cook Jr., but couldn't quite keep a hold of the ball.
It's 4 early turnovers for the Wellington Saints in 4.5 minutes. If you take a look at that move there from Green, Davison's going to take a seat. Bit of frustration early from Carlin Davison. And actually, we're going to see a timeout called on the floor here. So probably a good chance for these teams to talk about some things, because it's not been the prettiest start of all starts.
No, it hasn't. And like we said, it's been super physical. A lot of fouls have been called and not a lot of scoring has been happening, especially from a side like the Saints, where they average so many points. It'd be interesting to see if they let that rattle them a little bit or if they just take a little bit of time to warm up. I think the last time these two teams played, it was actually the Airs that got up early in the first quarter by 6. So we see that happening again here right now, but neither team has really found their reins on offense.
And we often see that with two teams that are playing each other for the second time. You know, they're really starting to figure each other out. So it'll be interesting to see how they unfold here, Charlie, and who kind of gets the better of the other in terms of their adjustments.
Yeah, I'd like to see both teams just look after the ball a little bit more, slow it down. I think both sides, especially the Airs, you've got a lot of size inside, so maybe potentially play out of the post a little bit more, see what the Saints are going to do on defense. Are they going to bring a double team, and then you may have a numbers advantage on the perimeter, get some cutters, and then for the Saints, just settle down a bit. We know they love to push in transition, but right now, obviously, Aaron Young talked about too many turnovers. I think that just comes with playing a little bit too fast.
It's tricky for the Wellington Saints, right? Like you mentioned, they are so good in transition, and that's how they beat everyone, and that's how they score 104 points per game, but often they can be a little bit too fast for their own good.
As we see them almost force a turnover, and they will indeed. Great full court pressure from Pepper and Hunt out of that timeout. And, well, that's what they do. They force turnovers, they get steals, and now they got an opportunity to find some rhythm on offense.
It's 4 turnovers now for the Ears, so 8 combined total for these two teams. Definitely not what the doctor ordered out of a timeout for the Ears, and that is dangerous scenes. Elijah Pepper misses the easier look than his prior one, but another bite at the cherry. He's facing a lot of contact. Has the slower Bailey on him. Works on Bailey, gets to the cup. Too easy, Elijah Pepper. Leaves it short, though.
Yeah, he's complaining here when he ripped through as he was coming off that first on-ball screen. I think it was Aaron Cook Jr. definitely got a bit of a hand as we see this replay getting through the lane, and I think it was James Moores that just caught him on the arm there on the way through, but he wanted that foul earlier on to avoid that arm bar from the defender.
Pepper now, the Chemist Warehouse stripe. Of course, every made free throw across the Rapid League and the Sal's NBL this year contributes to the Chemist Warehouse Hoops and Schools program. These applications are unfortunately now closed. The next one's coming up in June, but great to acknowledge the awesome initiative Chemist Warehouse and BB&Z have put together.
Yeah, that one from Pepper just rattles out. Not a very friendly rim for him on that occasion.
Hawera, I don't know how many times these rims have actually been used, in all fairness. Great to see the Sal's NBL coming to Hawera, though. A little home away from home for the Taranaki Ears. Green gets a step, plays off 2. Moore's trying to disrupt on the offensive rebound. Another unsuccessful offensive possession for the Ears.
Alea thought about it.
Yeah, I thought he was going to pull that.
I did too.
Probably knows better after that timeout from Aaron Young. Hunt in the corner. Won't go one better this time.
Great look, though, from Jordan Hunt. He's been shooting the ball very well so far this season, so if you're Aaron Young, certainly can't complain with that look. As we see now, this is what I'm talking about. Get the ball in the post to some of our post work, and that's the bread and butter for Quinn and Bailey.
You trying to be a head coach in the Sal's NBL there, Charlie? You threw that one out.
Yeah, no, I'll be okay for now.
Something to look at in the future. Liafa with full confidence. I mean, we've seen them hit that shot time and time again.
No, we have, but again, you're 6 minutes into the game and you haven't hit from deep too far. I mean, if I'm the Saints, so I want to get something inside and try to build a bit of momentum inside and out.
Yeah, just 7 points early in the piece for the Saints. It's a great move there from Vea and some great defense, but can they turn it into offense? That's never the question you even need to ask. Alea will follow up on the block from Bailey, and that's what the Saints love to do. They want to go in trans.
Yeah, no, it's a great take, and not settling in transition as well. I mean, the Airs may have gotten away with a foul, but Alea follows it up as we see a missed 3 from Xavier Adam, who knocked down a couple in the Rapid League, as well as Tuta, so it'll be interesting to see once he gets on the floor as we see Liafa fire away again. Can't quite get it to go from beyond the arc.
Yeah, not having a lot of luck from downtown. The Saints are now 1 of 8, so comfortable from that range. Another foul committed against the Wellington Saints. I believe that one might have been on Jordan Hunt, so Green just causing a little bit of issues here. We'll take a look at that lovely block by Bailey, but a great follow-up by Akeisha Lear that brought them to trail by 1. Xavier Adam taking a set. Player to inbound. Must be some sort of hold-up here as Kobe Lucas, I think he's dropped his whistle.
Yeah, Luca Vea, he's going to be vital for this side, and he has so far throughout the season being in that starting role. Obviously with Brandon Stroud coming in, he's taken more of that 6-man approach, but with 2 early fouls. But Stroud's back out here and he's firing from 3, but can't get it to go.
Hard for Stroud to find his feet in the Sal's NBL when he can hardly play. Like, that's really hard for an import.
Yeah,
nice
no,
cut.
100%.
Lovely basketball.
Smokey gets it back and tidies that one up. So, I don't know, still a few missed layups from the Saints, but they're starting to tidy a little bit on the offensive end.
The first quarter is very much a feeling each other out here from what we've seen so far. Stroud delivers an absolute dime to Vea. Wasn't quite on the money, but it's a nice look for the Ears, trying to find that skip to the quarter. Great atmosphere building here in Hawera. The Jets sometimes play their home games here as well. They played a couple last year. Davison. Pepper rejects the handoff. Works now on Stroud. Stroud.
The footwork, moving them
my.
puppies is Elijah Pepper. That's just an experienced move right there, taking your time, being patient, moving the pivot foot till an opening opened up, and Darnay Samuels, oh, what a pass, Luca Vea for three,
Yep.
Bingo! Luca Vea hits it from beyond the arc.
Love that from Luca Vea and the Taranaki Ears. It's back to a tied ball game, just under 2 minutes to play here, blocked away by Vea. Here they come in transition, Pilcher gets a piece. Man, it's getting spicy here at Hawera. It'll stay with the Taranaki Ears off of a foul from Telcher. Just got too much with the arm here in transition.
Is this the South NBL or the Rapid League, the way this has been
Feels
played?
like Rapid League.
They are getting up and down, and I mean, a lot of turnovers so far from both sides. I think we have 10 on the game now, 5 each, which is, it's too much, and I'm sure Aaron Young's not going to be happy with that, but right now we're still all tied up at 13 as we see a bit of an awkward jump shot there, a mix between a jump shot and a floater. Couldn't get it to go though.
Pepper now working on Stroud. Knows he can't give up a foul. Davison releases some pressure. Ingram floats it over to Davison. Can't use his athleticism, and it'll be another turnover for the Wellington Saints. That's number 5. We'll take another look at that on the GJ Gardner-Holmes replay. Well done, Quinton Bailey.
Yeah, Carlin Davison just hasn't quite got to find his rhythm so far in this one. I'm sure he will eventually. He's been so instrumental for the Saints side throughout the season, as we see a beautiful move. Would have liked to see him just go up with the right hand there, tried to go back to the left. It was a bit of an awkward angle on the glass, but the ball's going to stay with the Ears.
14 on the shot clock as well, so plenty of angle room to work with. Alea checks back in. Quite a privilege to check out Jordan Hunt and check back in Akeisha Alea.
Yeah, definitely. Both of these sides actually super deep in talent.
Green. Double teamed by the Saints. Won't be a turnover, but a nice defensive possession there. Saints not making it easy for the Taranaki Ears. They haven't hung their hat on defense so far this year, the Saints, but the Ears, they can't find any openings in this offense or this defense whatsoever.
Yeah, no, if I was this Ears, oh, it's a nice two-man game, and well, Carlin Davison did a great job of just coming across and helping there. You thought it was going to be a mid-range or a dump off to Darnay Samuels, but using his length, he covered both options, and Aaron Cook Jr. just got stuck a little, and shot clock expires.
Couple of positions left inside this quarter. 13 plays 13. We are deadlocked.
Yeah.
Scores.
I mean, I tell you what, the Saints definitely aren't used to only scoring 13 points in a quarter. Testament to both the Ears defense, but also just not quite rolling on offense of the Saints as they give up another turnover. We see Aaron Cook Jr. trying to run in transition, gonna pull up for the midi, no good.
Oh, but they were going to get another offensive rebound, because you don't want to be giving up turnovers and offensive rebounds if you're the Wellington Saints, but they give up their 7th turnover of the game so far. Vea finishes in transition. The Ears out in front. The Saints, they have to answer in this final possession.
Yeah, the Saints basketball got oil on it or something, but it's just slipping through their fingers.
Pepper. Another. Another.
8.
That's turnover number 8, I believe. Waiting for our live stats to catch up. Let's take a look at this. Nice play. Just serving the dime on a platter. Aaron Cook Jr. That's what he's been doing all season long. 4 seconds on the clock. Cook Jr. looks to work on Davison. Can they let it go in time? They do.
Oh, it looks good though. A great final possession there from the Ears to wrap up. Well, you could argue a bit of a messy quarter here between the Ears and the Saints, but anyway, the Ears come out of this first quarter up by 2, and I mean, I don't think they'll be complaining about it.
Not at all. It's been a great start, and anytime you can hold the Wellington Saints to 13 points in a quarter, you'll absolutely not complain. We'll take a quick break here on Sky Sport and be right back.
South NBL still now available at all South pizzeries across New Zealand, and your combo of flavors, fuel, pepperoni, classic cheese, and delicious garlic knots, all laid up in the middle. That is a beautiful delicious stuff. Who won? They both won. I got both teams in the basketball. Give them a round of applause, ladies and gentlemen. Whose house is this? Whose house? Whose house? We are the Airs. The Taranaki Airs. Go! The meeting's absolutely loving the energy. Welcome you back up to the floor for our second quarter. 10 minutes on the clock.
Kia ora iti whānau, no mai, hoki mai, and welcome back. South NBL action for your Saturday afternoon. We're playing in Hawera, of all places, the Wellington Saints taking on the Taranaki Airs. Of course, we always deliver here in the South NBL. So there's your deal of the week, $35 a pop for a large cup of pepperoni pizza. Scan that QR code to use Sal's Dish 26. Charlie Dalton with me alongside the 2023 Most Improved Player. A legend of the Auckland Tuatara already at his young age. And Charlie, it was, for a lack of better words, an ugly first quarter.
Yeah, it was a bit of an ugly first quarter. I mean, definitely pretty low scoring. The Airs come out on top, up by 2. Just both teams with 7 turnovers, way too much. We saw the last time these two teams met, it was the Saints. They had 7 turnovers in the first quarter, but both of them, and I mean, we're not starting off strong right there. Isaiah Liafa getting a tip on it. So the Saints always preach, as Aaron Young says, sharing the ball, making the one more, but potentially they just need to keep the ball in hand a little bit and try tidy up the offense.
See how we go here in the second quarter. Already underway, and James Moore is just doing James Moore's things. Yeah,
no, it's good to see him back in rhythm, doing what he does, being a big man inside, and he's also someone that can space the floor a little bit, as we see Carlin Davison get up with a little bit of an acrobatic finish, getting to the left. Good to see him on the board, and looks like he potentially got hit in the eye there with a wayward hand from Darnay Samuels.
Yeah, I think he copped one there, but Darnay Samuel, of course, just sportsmanship. We'll take another look at that. Just got him in the face. I think really in that, but will be
He's
Saints
a tough
possession.
fella. I'm sure he'll be all right.
Took
But
it like
again,
a champ.
another turnover.
It's not great.
No, it's
It's not great.
it's not. Just need to slow down a little bit. Obviously, the Saints play really fast, but can the Airs slow down and play their style of basketball?
Alea working now on Moores. Great footwork from the big man. Nowhere to go. Great possession for James Moores. Here come the Airs. All gas behind Stroud. Pepper called for the block. He cannot believe his eyes.
Well, that could have gone two ways. That could have been Brandon Stroud's third foul early here in the second, or it was going to be a marginal blocking call called here on Pepper. As we take a look at the replay, I mean, he was pretty square. He did lunge forward with that right hand to try reach on it. It's a bit of a 50-50 call, and this time I think the Airs and Brandon Stroud get a little lucky.
Look, luckily we aren't referees, because me oh my, I would not want to be a referee
Yeah,
this
no,
game.
shout out to the referees.
Yeah.
It's not my dream job, but for us to play the game that we love, we need these officials. And although we get angry at them sometimes, and I know these players do, they're super talented, and we're super grateful for doing what they do. As we see another turnover, a steal by Liafa, a bit of showtime.
Look
Boom,
out
shakalaka.
Woo! Akich Alea. Transition basketball is exactly what the Saints want to get to, and they get it back to 17 apiece. It's low scoring by Wellington Saints standards. Darnay Samuels working on Davison. Almost another turnover, but here's keep it. Vaya floats it up, no good, and Saints now another opportunity in transition.
Yeah, the Airs just not quite finding rhythm as we see it go up top to Carlin Davison. Bit of a wayward pass from Pepper. That's going to be another turnover for the Saints as we see Aaron Cook Jr. Bingo! Aaron Cook Jr. firing away in transition. So, Carlin Davison responds right back. I mean, I talked about potentially slowing down the pace of this game, but both teams say, Charlie, be quiet. We're going to play how we want to play.
You don't know what you're talking about, mate. Just throwing punches, both teams. for sure. Cook Jr. playing a little bit off the ball now with Stroud in the mix. Liafa looks to push and slows things down. Gets it back from Aliyah. Davison thought about it. Floats it over to Ingram. That's a nice possession there from the Saints.
Yeah. Pretty pass, getting it back to the playmaker's hands. Colin Davison getting assist on the board. We know he does that so well. So a good controlled and it looked good possession from the Saints.
Now the ears on the back foot. Vaya. Darnay Samuels from downtown. Yes, sir. Thank you. Back out in front. Go the ears.
Yeah, Darnay Samuels hasn't been shooting the basketball from the perimeter as well this season, but looking like he could get hot here in this one.
Ingram slips, but somehow it made it to Aliyah, but it's gone back to Stroud's hands. Nice find in transition. Cook Jr. attacks the closeout, finds Vaya. Saints recover. Stroud, and he does the absolute coach killer that we all know and love. He stands on the side. Yep,
the sixth defender, the sideline. It's definitely one of the biggest pet peeves in basketball. You know, you have great ball movement, rotation as we take a look at Darnay Samuels firing away from deep. That one's cash, but it's going to be another turnover for the Airs. Again, just too many turnovers from both sides.
Double digits now for the Taranaki Airs. 10 turnovers in less than 15 minutes of basketball. Less than optimal. Davison playing the point now. Rejects the touch screen. Liafa thought about it. Dances with Green. Davison gets a step on Green. Has no one to find, but bailed out by the Bartercard officials. It was bound to be another turnover for the Saints.
Yeah, Colin Davison just talking to his teammates and Sam Gold, asking that when he does cut or does drive baseline, you need that 45 cutter, and that's why he was thinking and getting mad at Sam Gold, asking him to do it on that occasion, as we see another turnover from the Saints. Transition push, Brandon Stroud into the body of Sam Gold, and, well, he can't get it to go either, Maya.
This is not the prettiest.
Hey!
Oh, Davison! We've seen that 1 or 2 times in the Sal's NBL so far. And we've also seen that once or twice in the Sal's NBL.
Talking to the ref, we take, I thought it was going to be a replay, but it looks like we have a timeout called. We will, no.
Just got psyched out.
Yep, I got psyched out again.
I mean, it's probably not a bad timeout here, Charlie. 23 apiece. It's been, again, a spicier start to the quarter. There it is.
The replay. Liafa passing it ahead. Davison got it. And then instantly, he was mid-dunking and he's already talking to the referee. But no, the Saints tied up at 23. Aaron Young obviously not happy with his side so far. I think definitely talking about the turnovers and the execution on defense as well.
11 turnovers apiece in this quarter, Charlie. And field goal percentage sitting at 37 for the Airs, 42 for the Saints. I mean, execution is the one thing you've got to be asking for if you're a coach right now.
Yeah, no, absolutely, and I talked about it earlier. The Saints are averaging 15 turnovers a game. The Airs are averaging 13. We're almost at their averages, and both of those numbers are too high already for these teams. So not a great start. Look out of this timeout for both teams to tidy up a little bit more on the offensive end.
Marcel Jones in the mix for the Airs. Adam as well. Xavier Adam, that is. Running the offense here. Bailey re-attacks, finds Adam again. No paint touch yet, and we're low on the shot clock. Green gets it, finds Bailey. Bailey works on Hunt, no good. Here come the Saints through Liafa.
Yeah, good defensive possession from the Saints, Jordan Hunt. And again, just almost making that one too many passes. The bounce passes in the paint is always a risky play. They're lucky to hold on to the ball, get a baseline out of bounds.
Plenty of time. Still on the shot clock for the Saints here.
Quinn and Bailey,
We might have seen a bit of showtime if that one hadn't been called. Probably just had too much contact on the lower arm against Hunt. We'll take another look at that.
Yeah, I think he was just hugging him a little bit there on the way out, had his left hand wrapped around his jersey, otherwise definitely would have been getting a bit of showtime from the farmer.
14 on the shot clock. Ingram gets his catch here. Ingram has Bailey on him, has to work, must be slippery in there. Liafa, no space to shoot it, finds some somehow. A great defensive position for the Ears. Now they look to run through Stroud.
I think that might be the second time that they've used the full shot clock on the day. Stroud getting to the rim, and well, he's going to get sent to the charity stripe for two. A good drive there, just again not quite finishing these bunnies that potentially he usually does. Brandon Stroud, he's 6'6" from Atlanta, Georgia. He played at Kennesaw State and then transferred to South Florida, University of South Florida, for his last 2 years, and just finished his first pro gig in Finland, where he averaged 21, 9, and 5. So a player, once I think he gets his legs under him and gets his confidence in this league, he's going to be hard to stop.
Yeah, we've already seen a lot out of him in terms of his playmaking, and obviously his ability to get to the rim as well as he makes that second one from the Chemist Warehouse. Lead has gone back the way of the Taranaki Ears. Tepa back in the game. Edison, Tepa.
And that's going to be his third foul. He did a great job of just walling up on that first initial move, but that left hand reach across, you'll see it here. He takes the chest contact and then he just lowers that left arm, and didn't need to reach there, just needed to stay disciplined, because now he's going to be sitting on the bench for the rest of this half.
Saints trail by 2. It's been a relatively even quarter so far already. Davison finds a bit of space, whips it over to Gold. Gold can't connect from downtown. Here's a chance to trade another punch and push it out by another possession. Samuel likes that spot. Adam Green, all alone from downtown, won't hit.
Yeah, Saints got a little bit lucky there. Their rotation looked a little bit out of sorts coming out of that double team, as we see Pepper get downhill, get to the right hand, and strong lay over the top.
Pepper's such a good scorer. Like we said, leads the league. He's up to 8 points on the evening now. How can they respond? Oh, that's
left,
far
right,
too
open.
easy. Far too easy, Charlie.
I mean, that's back-to-back possessions now for the Saints, where they've just been out of sorts on their rotations. On that time it was the on-ball coverage, but the one before that was the double team on the low block. So we see Sam Gold hit the iron.
Green now in his element, dancing with Pepper.
That's pretty.
Finds a lane, but misses the bunny. It's been the tale of the night, Charlie. Davison finds Gold. Pretty basketball from the Wellington Saints. There's that playmaking that we were waiting for from Davison.
Yeah, no, a great job pushing in transition and then turning around and playing off 2 feet and finding the cutting Sam Gold, which we saw him yelling at Sam Gold to make sure he's cutting every time Carlin drives earlier in the game, and that time executes it to perfection. Fadeaway Moores, tough shot.
Man, we've been needing that from James Moores. It's been pretty quiet offensively thus far. That's just his 6th point. Are we going to count that? We're going to count that.
Yes,
Give me that. Carlin Davison. If you talk to the refs enough, apparently you get some calls.
Yeah, gets the continuation on that, and a nice finish to tie the ball game up at 29.
Davison, impressive thus far. He's up to 8 points now, 4 rebounds, 2 assists, a steal, a couple of turnovers in there as well. He's averaging just under 14 points a game, 7 rebounds and 8.5 assists. He's the 3rd in the league in that category, but won't make a count from the Chemist Warehouse.
Yeah, he's just doing exceptional as a playmaker role, which we can speak on a little bit more later, as he almost gets a steal and we could have a showtime. And no, he's going to slow it down and look for any cutters here. Attacks on Samuels, gets to that little mid-range off the back line.
I mean, it's a good decision there from Davison. They've been very errant in transition thus far. They won't convert, unfortunately. The Ears now look to trade a punch. Samuel Floats it over to Moores.
Pretty
Lovely
pass.
pass. Hunt, though, gets the better of him on that occasion.
Hunt saying hello from the other side, and Pepper for three, straight back, and that's what Pepper does.
That is just Elijah Pepper to a core. He's now 2 of 3 from beyond the arc. And the Saints edge back out in front, but if you are the Taranaki Airs and you're holding the Saints to 32 points, you're probably actually pretty happy with your defensive effort.
Oh, you're definitely happy, and offensively, I don't think that's the right shot they want. You're working so hard on defense. Just want a little bit better looks on offense, and I think in the Rapid League they were doing such a good job of that, of getting inside-out threes and making the defense work. As we see them go inside again, and it looks like it's going to be a foul called, but I like the idea of using that mismatch that Darnay Samuels has.
Yeah, he's absolutely unstoppable when he gets to that low block catch. Hence the foul given by the Wellington Saints. We'll take another look at this one. Adam delivers it on a platter to Samuel.
That was a foul.
A little bit of physicality in there from Hunt. He's got a hard matchup, being definitely undersized in comparison to Samuel with his strength. Just way off from deep there, and the Airs, they move to 3 and 13 from 3.
Yeah, James Moores, we know he can somewhat shoot, but hasn't had any luck so far since arriving here this year in the NZNBL, as we see Dante Ingram go up, but again, can't quite finish. It's something about layups and Hawera aren't mixing too well.
Something in the air, Charlie, because Mio Mai was relatively the same in the Rapid League as well.
This is a mismatch. Yeah.
Yeah, Ingram, he did a good job initially, but like you said, a mismatch that Moores was wanting to exploit and does, and we'll book another trip to the Chemist Warehouse stripe.
Yeah, James Moores doing a great job, noticing that Dante Ingram has that arm outstretched, just ripping through that arm, and they have to call the foul there. James Moores, he's a 6'10", 26-year-old, straight out of Westlake boys, go Rosmini. And he went over and played in college as well, Colorado State, and as a redshirt junior, he averaged 16, 6, and 4 in college basketball, which is extremely impressive. Runs in a very successful family as well. Also, two sisters playing Division I basketball. Jess Moores at FAU this year, and Rebecca Moores at Hawaii. So, super successful family.
Not to mention younger sister Katie Moores also attends Westlake Girls High.
There you go.
4-time national champions, 4-time consecutive national champions, and just named to the Under-17 World Cup squad that'll head away this year. So, wish I had those genes is all I'm going to say. And Elijah Pepper, you know, not to mention, that's his 3rd triple of the game. Him catching fire, maybe the recipe that the Saints need. Start edging away here. Samuel suffocated, won't find Vaya. Through the hands it'll go, and Saints possession.
Yeah, and he's none of the Airs, especially Coach John White, not happy with that call. I mean, it's pretty obvious that the Saints are now going to double team anytime there is a post catch with Moores or Darnay Samuels. So is Darnay Samuel and James Moores going to be able to facilitate and have some patience and poise when in that double team to find the open shooters or the open cutters?
There's your BNZ player timeout called by the Wellington Saints. You can scan that QR code for your chance to win tickets to the big game. 5,000 available across the season for your school, sport and community groups to get amongst, come along and see an NBL game. How are you going to here, Charlie, if you're the Wellington Saints?
Well, you have to go to Elijah Pepper. He's just come off hitting another 3. It looks like he's potentially going to come off a stagger. No, he may just get an ISO on Luca Vea. Screen from Hunt. Pepper setting up on Samuels. Weaving his way through traffic, and bingo. Oh my goodness, that is pretty from Elijah Walsh. Oh, sorry, Elijah Pepper. Elijah Walsh is my Florida Southern teammate.
Just giving him a little shout out.
Yeah, I mean, that's a compliment to Elijah Walsh for sure, but no, pretty play from Elijah Pepper there.
16 points already for Elijah Pepper. We'll take a look at that on the GJ Gardner Holmes replay. So pretty. as the Taranaki Ears take their BNZ player timeout. Again, scan that QR code for your chance to win tickets to the big game. So a couple of successful positions offensively, Charlie, for the Wellington Saints has put them on a really nice run to end the half, and that's exactly what you want.
Yeah, getting back to their bread and butter, finding their shooters, slowing down a little bit when the transition opportunities isn't on. Will be interesting to see what the Ears have talked about and tried to draw up in their player timeout.
Final possession here. Come through Cook Jr. Gets the on ball from Moores.
Spanish ball screen.
Adams from downtown. It's no good, and that is all she wrote for the first half of action here in Hawera. Wellington Saints, they hold a slim 37-31 lead over the Taranaki Ears here in Hawera. We're going to take a quick break and we'll be right back with some Chemist Warehouse stats.
They've actually got five to give away. Right, we just need an instruction for the... Yes, for Hawera. Outside for the door. Well done there, ladies and gentlemen. For my guys, the big our future Taranaki Ears. This is the half-time activation with the Hawera half-time. Let's give it up for the Hawera half-time Uptown basketball team. Ready to get on the court at half-time. Let's go! It's our future starting five right in the Vano. And they go to the ball. We've got some more prizes here. Some prizes to be made. 3 more legs. Then we're looking for the loudest person or people in the crowd. Very easy. We've got the Warriors coming in. We also had a couple of winners for the courtside seats. If that was you and your partner, you make your way down to the front of the courtside. There was a afro winning to the row up here. That was fine. Yep, that's your first way. And he was also some Wellington Saints fans. Actually, scrapping some tires, grabbing some of the drink. There they are. I do like the way picking the song by Kenny, did you? What you do here? That's on what fire, over the high fire, up the 12 on the floor right now. Let's go with the most. This one made up to the debut.
Kia ora iti whanau, no mai hoki mai. Welcome back here to NZNBL on Sky Sport, FIBA, YouTube or ESPN from wherever you're joining us. The Taranaki Ears hosting the Wellington Saints here in Hawera, and forget the NBL. How about this absolute scenes we're seeing? And I guess you could call it Taranaki. Maya Williamson joined by 2023 most improved player of NZNBL, and Tuatara legend Charlie Dalton. How about these hoops?
Oh, this is some quality hoops. I'm sure there's probably less turnovers in this game than the main one that we're watching.
You're not even joking. That's the sad thing.
Oh, what a play! The big fella.
Claps for himself.
Put him in the big game as we take a look at some of these Chemist Warehouse half-time stats. Well, the points, who else other than Elijah Pepper?
That's a good way
Not
to say
Elijah
it.
Walsh, Elijah Pepper.
Elijah Pepper.
And he's already got 16. He's only missed one shot on the game. He's 3 for 4 from 3. This man is just an absolute bucket. On the other side of things, it's James Moore's starting to find his rhythm down low, getting to the free throw line a couple times. And Carlin Davison and Darnay Samuels as well up there with the points.
Hunt doing a good job on the boards, and I think we're going to see Moore sitting at the top of that Taranaki years category all night long, Charlie.
Yeah, not all night long, but all season long, I think so as well. We talked about the lack of rebounding for the Taranaki years, and he's definitely come in and made a difference in those terms of things. As we move along to the assists, well, it's the playmakers, and we talked about him earlier, Isaiah Liafa. He's coming off that foot-ankle injury that caused him to miss out so much time, but it's great to see him back out here on the floor and doing what he does, which is distributing the ball. Carlin Davison, we talk about him being a playmaker. He's up there as well, and then Darnay Samuels as well got 2.
Jordan Hunt getting amongst on the defensive end as well, a couple of blocks. And 1 apiece for Bailey, Vea, and Alia. And well, if that doesn't speak to how many turnovers we've had today, I don't know what does.
Yeah, no, a lot of steals, and you could say that's a lot of turnovers as well. Some of those steals were just handed to them on a platter, but nonetheless, a lot of steals going on, and in a very high-paced match as we see. Oh, another bucket.
Another bucket.
These young lads down in Hawera.
So, Charlie, what can we expect out of the second half? What are you expecting from both sides?
Yeah, well, I'm expecting them to come out a little bit better than they did in that first quarter. I'd like to see the Airs get back to playing out of that post. I think you can talk about at halftime. You can expect that double team is going to come. So those post players such as Darnay Samuels and James Moores can expect that double team and then get some cutters on the weak side to try exploit those Saints rotations. On the Saints side, just continue what they're doing. If Elijah Pepper's going to keep the hot hand, get it back to him.
The Wellington Saints, they lead 37-31 here on Sky Sport. We'll see you soon.
Who's this house? Whose house? Whose house? Whose house? We are the Reds. The Taranaki Reds. Go! We are what? We are the Reds. The Taranaki Reds. Back into the third quarter very shortly.
No mai hoki mai te whānau, welcome back here to Sal's NBL action on your Saturday afternoon, kicking the weekend off of hoops right here in Hawera. The Taranaki Ears hosting in a home away from home, the Wellington Saints. It's not been the prettiest game of all games thus far, and the Wellington Saints with a slim 6-point lead. A crowd building here in Hawera, like I said, just being treated to a couple of games a year. The Manawatu Jets also hosting some games here every now and then. The Saints, although higher on the table, they are splitting hairs with the Taranaki Ears. Maya Williamson now joined by Charlie Dalton, a Tuatara legend himself. And you've been gifted with a pretty ugly Sal's NBL game so far. I don't mean to be so harsh, but 12 turnovers apiece for you.
Yeah, and it's funny you say that because that's the first thing I mentioned that the Saints didn't want to do was turn the ball over, and we're dealing with 12 turnovers of each side, but it's what happens when you play such a fast style of basketball, which the Wellington Saints do. I'd like to see the Ears, obviously, well, both sides tidy up a little bit more after a good halftime chat in the locker room. A little bit better, though, than the first quarter. The first quarter was 15-13, a very low-scoring quarter. The Saints got it going through Elijah Pepper there in the second. They get 24 points in the second to give them this small 6-point lead. We saw the last time these two teams played each other just a couple weeks ago. The Saints were actually up by 14 at halftime, so better job from the Ears with the contributions of James Moores that has just entered the competition after a stint in Austria. So it'll be interesting to see how the second half goes and if they can tidy it up a little bit more, Mark.
Yeah, and their other new addition is Brandon Stroud, but an unfortunate 3 early fouls for him, so he's played less than 10 minutes in that first half, and so that makes the contributions across the board a little bit more slim. I mean, alarm bells for me is Xavier Green, just 2 points. He is the Taranaki Ears leading scorer at 18 points a game, and he's taken 6 shots, but just 1 conversion. Charlie, you've got to get your leading scorer going a little bit more than that if you want to have a chance.
Yeah, no, absolutely, and I think where he's good at is, you know, like spacing the floor and playing out of these long closeout situations. So if Aaron Cook Jr., the point guard, can get him into some of those situations and get him downhill and get him at the rim first, then I think his three-pointer and such is going to open up. As we see Pepper, he's going to just miss it, but a nice tap in from Alea to get the Saints on the board here early in the second half. A much tidier start. Yeah,
and so good from Akicha Alea. Puts a lot of emphasis on the offensive glass. Going to see plenty of highlights from this game on the Tuesday night highlight show here on Sal's NBL. And Pepper, he just takes some beautiful looking triples in transition. Definitely a walking highlight reel. Won't make it on that occasion. Stroud misses the bunny. Moores is there to clean it up.
Yeah, so a couple bunnies missed on both sides, but the big fella's there to tidy up, which is what they're there to do. As we see Carlin Davison spin moves, finds Alea running down the track, and, well, that's a pretty finish from Akicha Alea.
Akicha Alea starting to get going here in the second half. He's up to 9 points, and Davison's third assist. Stroud stops on a dime. Won't nail it. He's struggling offensively.
Yeah, a good look, though, for him. I mean, he's coming off a 21-point debut with the Ears that he hit against the Sharks, as we see Alea step back for a 3. That one's going to go off the back iron. But, yeah, Brandon Stroud just still trying to find his reins here in New Zealand. I think the rims haven't been friendly for anyone so far in Hawera.
Yeah, definitely not just a Brandon Stroud thing. Moores goes into an absolute wall, and there's a contest for the offensive rebound, but the Saints push and transition through Liafa. Pepper, so crafty with his footwork, won't get the shooter's roll. It will be a foul called on Hakicha Lee, a little bit of a dog's breakfast on the hunt for the rebound. Aaliyah picks up his third personal.
Yeah, transition push from Elijah Pepper. I thought he was going to try take on James Moores at the rim, but using his smart brain, he goes for a little fadeaway, couldn't get it to go on that occasion. For most people, that's a terrible shot in transition. For him, it's probably a pretty good shot.
There's a high chance he'll make it, Elijah Pepper. Junior, relatively quiet night for him as well. Just the 5 points.
No double team.
Moores working on Hunt. Just leaves it short on that occasion. Now the Saints are really in their bread and butter. Liafa, so dangerous from that range. Pepper tips it to Green. Green, no advantage. Works on Liafa. Finds Cook Jr. Back to Green. Thought about it. Finds Moores.
Nice,
over to Samuel. Blocked away by Hunt. Give me that, says the big man. Now come the Saints. Can they convert through Hunt? Yes, they can.
Yeah, pretty little dump-off pass from Carlin Davison. Darnay Samuels wasn't happy with that call. He thought Jordan Hunt got a lot of arm rather than body, as we see him come straight back, maybe with a little bit of anger. Gets his own rebound, goes up, goes strong, and gets the two and gives it a little flex as well.
I think you can expect that from Samuel. If he doesn't get a call one time, he's going to come back down and make it his mission.
Absolutely.
And that he did.
Step back mid-range. Potentially a little bit of a rush shot there from Carlin Davison. Been distributing the ball here early in the second half, trying to get himself going, I think. Couldn't quite do so on that occasion, as we see Stroud kicks it to Samuels. And, well, that one's just going to hit the top of the backboard.
Chance for Saints now to extend this lead that they sit with. A foul whistled on Cook Jr. It's just his first of the game. He's first in the league in minutes played, Cook Jr. We'll take a look at this. Samuel just cleans up his own board. No contest there from Hunt.
Yeah, no, he's a big, strong man down low, but he's also super athletic, you know, and he's super smart. He's got the skills of a guard. As we see Pepper from the corner, and maybe got away with a foul with Aaron Cook Jr.'s.
Nice
a
pass.
Nice dump off, and again, one too many passes, but we see a big collision there on the baseline. Isaiah Liafa goes down. Some good sportsmanship from Aaron Cook Jr. Just hanging around, making sure he's okay. We know he's come off an injury, so we pray it's nothing too bad, and it looks like he's getting up pretty quickly. A little bit of a limp.
We'll take a look at how this all unfolded. Samuel thought Cook Jr. might have gone up with that one. Yeah, just tackled Cook Jr. I think nothing in that was unwarranted. Just got him on the shot fake.
Yeah, I think he may have just landed on the tailbone, which is never a fun area to land on. He'll probably feel that one in the morning.
Stroud.
And he had a wide open cut, Aaron Cook Jr. He thought that was about to be a highlight play, and it just slipped through the fingers.
It happens, but that is not what the Ears want. They're up to 14 turnovers on this one. A low-scoring affair on both ends, 43, low by the standards of the Wellington Saints, who average 104 points a game. Davison worked on Moores, who is in shock with that foul call, but Davison applying some serious heat at the rim.
Yeah, good, strong move against the big man, James Moores. He gets almost trapped under the rim here and then uses a little pump fake and gets up. I mean, I think James Moores got a little bit unlucky there. I saw a lot of ball, but obviously there was enough body contact for the foul to be warranted. And Carlin Davison will head to the stripe for two. He's been having such a phenomenal season this far. I talked to Aaron Young earlier in the week about him and was like, did you recruit him to be this much of a playmaker and be almost this point guard for the Saints side? And well, Aaron always knew that he was a playmaker in this league, but not necessarily recruiting him for that. That kind of happened naturally, and now the whole team has kind of bought in to him, seeing the court from his lens and creating for others from that, as we see a pretty spin cycle from Darnay Samuels getting to the rim and closing this lead to 6.
Ingram, though,
Take that back.
he'll answer with a triple of his own, and yeah, you need to take that back because the lead goes back out to 9. And the Ears have just been constantly put on the back burner in the second half. And here's an example. Hunt politely dunked that one home, and the lead is out to double digits for the first time this evening here in Hawera. The Ears now, they must respond. Who do they go through in this possession? Moores can't find Stroud, does eventually.
Nice dump off.
Yeah, that's perfect basketball. Another bunny miss, Charlie. It's been the occasion of today, and the Saints, they recover defensively. And here we go. Bread and butter for the Wellington Saints. Ingram just hit one. Can't hit another.
Sam Gold, what a rebound, but again, can't get it to go. I think the layup is the hardest shot in basketball in Hawera. Man, we might have to get those little kids out in orange to teach them how to do a layup.
I mean, they didn't miss. That's all I'm going to say, Charlie. Samuel wants an on-ball. Bit of an inverted pick and roll, if you will.
Yeah,
Samuel.
you saw the double team coming.
Elijah Pepper, show me your bag. That's a nice little layup. Yeah, that's his bag.
Beautifully controlled.
And the Taranaki Ears have no response, Charlie. They have to call a timeout. It goes to 13. The Saints, they look comfortable.
Yeah, we take a look at this replay. Elijah Pepper, very controlled, sticking to that right hand, never in doubt. Although we are in Hawera, so you would never know with the layup. But yeah, a good run here out of the halftime for the Saints. A good early 5 minutes, much more controlled. Although the Ears, I don't think are finding their rhythm still. A few drop passes and missed layups that is a little bit uncharacteristic for this side. So I don't want to say that they still need to settle in, because we're already in the third quarter. They just need to make a change, and they need to go up stronger and finish these layups. Because they're good looks, Maya. They are good looks.
100%. I mean, any time you're getting Samuel at the rim off a dump off, you can't ask for much more. Samuel still with 11 points and 6 rebounds, 2 assists to go alongside that. Moores has now crept up to 10 points and 8 rebounds to go alongside that. Xavier Green with the 3 fouls, still sitting on 2 points. And Stroud and Moores join him in a 3 foul apiece club. Marcel Jones will be amongst the squad that returns for the Taranaki Ears. They trail by 13. It's well and truly doable. Still a basketball game here in Hawera. But Charlie, they must respond out of this timeout. How do you see this first position unfolding for the Ears? What are they going to, and what do they have to do to get back in this one and not let it extend back out to more than 13?
Yeah, no, a huge possession. It looks like they're getting to almost a Spanish ball screen, and they find it pretty. And, well, who will finish it off? It's Quinton Bailey. So perfectly executed timeout from John White and the Taranaki Ears. Exactly what they were looking for, a wide open layup.
You can always count on Quinton Bailey. Davison, Ingram working in the low post now. Stroud rolling the dice, being physical with 3 fouls already. Ingram can't make the fade away.
Yeah, I mean, it was a good move. I mean, with 3 fouls on Stroud, I'd like to see Ingram try really get into the body and force a 4th foul there. Nonetheless, he's still got an open look as we see Cook Jr. Yahtzee from the outside. Brings it within 8.
Probably need Cook Jr. to get going a little bit more. The Ears if want to get back in this one. Davison far too long, actually hits the rim. Oh, we're going to count that as a shot attempt. Cook Jr.
Oh, what a ball!
Cook Jr. in his bag. The Ears, the perfect response out of a timeout. You could not have drawn up anything better from the host team. Now the Saints, the one that have lost all momentum.
Yeah, hopefully we get a replay of this as we see Aaron Cook Jr. a little bit of razzle-dazzle behind the back fillet.
Oh, wow.
Oh, yeah, the vocals coming out for that play.
I didn't know you got to like that, Charlie.
No, I appreciate it. No, a great respond out of that timeout at about the 4:30 mark from the Ears. It looks like we're taking another one behind the back. I'd like to see Quinton Bailey get up for a slam there, but beautiful play and forces a timeout from the Saints. They want to talk things over, get those defensive schemes. But what I'm liking from the Ears right now is one that was in transition, but they're getting into their sets more. They're isolating the actions rather than just kind of running around like headless chickens, you know. You isolate that on ball with Aaron Cook Jr., who is so fast, and he has that reject option. you get the spacing right, you get your shooters to the perimeter, and then it opens up so many more options. So a lot more controlled offense from the airs that I like to see.
100%. He's so effective downhill, and you know, it feels as though he's starting to probably take over a little bit more, and the Airs probably need that when they don't have the power of Xavier Green's offense behind them. It was only weeks ago they played the Nelson Giants, and they really struggled without the presence of Xavier Green and his offense. So see how they can respond. The Wellington Saints out of this timeout. They definitely got a strong talking to there from Aaron Young.
Yeah, man, this game has just been back and forth. Such a tortuous game. A lot of twists and turns. Now it's the Saints' turn to respond out of the timeout, and who better to have the ball in, and Pepper, and well, it's going to be a turnover, Maya.
I think you jinxed that there, Charlie.
Sorry, Elisha. I get your name wrong, and then I give you the commentator's curse.
Gosh.
I don't think he's going to like me after this.
Hopefully he doesn't watch this in his film review. But Charlie, that's his 6th turnover of the game, and that's a total of 14 now for the Saints. They just hand the Ears another possession. And Green has been entered back in this one with 3 fouls. He's really good at getting them going. It goes back to a 2-possession game. Liafa. Jinx.
Fouled.
Didn't catch you on that one. But I mean, that's a great response for Liafa. That's exactly what they needed.
Yeah, we call that a clap back after a good play. You know, the offense comes down straight away and silences that noise, almost puts a halt on that momentum that the Airs have kind of created. So none better than a perfect way to do it at the charity stripe. Gets the first one to go.
Yeah, makes his first, Liafa. 29-year-old debuted for the Auckland Huskies when they were the Huskies back in 2020.
Yeah, also
debuted in 2013.
Yeah, also just signed another 2-year deal. He's back with the Breakers. He also reached 150 NBL games this year, which is pretty cool to see. As goes up strong, but no foul is called. It looks like Elijah Pepper took an elbow to the face potentially. It's going to be 4-on-4. And
it's a good take foul there from Luca Vea.
Yeah.
Just to get the game back in control and hopefully either get a sub or get our man back in the mix. So 6-point lead still held onto by the Saints. Pepper looks like he's taken it like a champ. Head back to the corner. And we should be back underway. 17 on the shot clock here in the front court for the Saints. They can't find Pepper. Hunt gets it back over to Liafa. Liafa finds Hunt. Doesn't mind it from downtown. Gets it back out to Liafa. Davison, they're running out of time. Hunt, he pulls it from deep. Won't connect.
Yeah, great ball movement though from the Saints on that possession. Maybe just one too many passes, but Aaron does preach making that extra pass. So not a terrible possession for the Saints, and ended up getting a good look for a great shooter of Jordan Hunt. We see them.
Yeah, Bailey just battling in that high post. He somehow comes up with it. Cook Jr. finds Jones. He doesn't mind it from downtown. They will secure the rebound, the Saints. Liafa controlling the pace. Davison working on Bailey. Alea gets the catch. Finds Hunt. Hunt try to give it to Pepper. Pepper gets it. Doesn't need much time or space. Here come the Ears through Jones. Won't push. They'll give it to the trusty Cook Jr. Cook Jr. will just pull from deep. Oh my goodness me.
Cowabunga. Oh my goodness, Aaron Cook Jr. is absolutely feeling it here in the third. He's starting to get going. And I tell you who has gone a little bit quiet so far in this one is Elijah Pepper. He had a crazy second quarter, but we haven't seen too much from him here in the third as we take a look at that replay. Absolute butter ball from Aaron Cook Jr. to bring it within 3.
Butter ball, I like that one.
Butter ball.
This man's been in America, if you couldn't already tell. But that butter ball, as you call it, has brought them back to just a 3-point deficit. You know, it felt as though the Saints were going to start to maybe push the boat out with that 13-point lead. And although Davison will get a pair from the Chemist Warehouse stripe, lovely response from Taranaki Ears. Of course, Davison born and bred in none other than Taranaki. Played some beautiful seasons with them over the last couple of years, making the move to the Wellington Saints after makes a couple of those. It's 54-49, just a minute left in this third quarter.
Yeah, Carlin also just re-signing 4 days ago with a one-year deal with the New Zealand Breakers. Been with them a couple of years now, so hopefully his role just continues to grow as he keeps getting better, and I'm sure they'll be watching him this season as a playmaker for that side.
Yeah, he's really stepped up in that ANBL space, you know, going from really just being there for development to playing some serious minutes off the bench. So congratulations, Davison.
And also in the Tall Blacks as well, having crucial minutes and a crucial role with the national team.
Green, again being quite offensively, but so dangerous when he gets going. It's back to three, couple of possessions inside this one.
So I tell you what, the years started slow, but right now, who you want is we see a pretty pass, and Alea, he probably could have dunked that, but
very humble.
Yeah, decided to save the legs. But no, there is the people that are heating up is who they want to heat up with. Aaron Cook Jr. and Xavier Green, as he's going to fire away from another one. This is a little bit of a heat check, can't get that to go.
Great offensive rebound though. Bailey, absolute dime to Jones. Stroud finishes it off, kisses it off the glass. It's back to three. Final possession will fall to Davison. Davison controlled, working on Jones. What will he do? Steps back and leaves it short. The Saints, they lead by 3 here, heading into the final quarter. We'll take a look at this bucket from Akicha Lear. Definitely could have dunked that, Charlie.
Dunk that, Lear. But nonetheless, a great pass from Isaiah Liafa, and a great action, isolating that weak side on ball, getting the look over at the top. And, well, we got a ball game on our hands, Maya.
Absolutely. 10 more minutes of basketball here to come on Sky Sport. The Saints, they lead slimly over the Taranaki Ears, 56-53. And welcome back here to Sky Sport. We've got 10 more minutes of basketball for your NZNBL action on your Saturday afternoon. The Taranaki Ears hosting the Wellington Saints. They lead by 3, the defending champions. The Taranaki Ears had a great end to that quarter. Maya Williamson, Charlie Dalton alongside. And before we get to the 2023 Most Improved Player of the Year in the NZNBL, we must of course give you the large pepperoni pizza deal, $35 a pop. Scan that QR code to use Sal's Dish 26. Charlie, what are you expecting for this next 10 minutes?
Yeah, it's just going to be who can get hot, who can execute down the stretch, and who can get stops and take care of the ball. As I thought that was almost a double dribble, a double spin move, and can't quite get the roll. The rims haven't been friendly today at all, but we've still got a 3-point game. Obviously, it's a low-scoring game for the Saints likes of things, but as we see that one just rim out there from Elijah Pepper. But the Airs are heating up at the right time, I think. And without James Moores on the floor, I think Quinton Bailey's doing a great job.
Liafa, unselfish. They get it back to Pepper, who will create, look at the bucket, but just draw a foul on his way up. I believe that one's going to go against Quinton Bailey. That'll be his third, but you know, his backup, well, he's the backup, but James Moore's also on 3, so Samuel is the only one without foul trouble in that big position, but
I think that's also been a huge part of this Taranaki Airs side, is being able to move Dane Samuels down to that 4 position. With the arrival of James Moores, and Dane Samuels can be such a problem down on the low block, especially if you have the 4 on the other team guarding him. So be looking to see if he comes back into the game and can cause some problems down low.
To see how this possession goes here. Brandon Stroud, their new import, is out with foul trouble. Another turnover for the Airs. That's been the problem of the day. Pepper will draw yet another foul on Stroud. He's on 4.
And I talked about it earlier, the foul trouble that really kept them out of the game against the Southland Sharks. It's looking like a similar problem here right now. Are the Airs going to be able to stay disciplined and stay out of foul trouble to close out this last 9 minutes of this one and stay in the game with the Firing Saints?
5 points the lead for the Saints. Pepper at the Chemist Warehouse strike. The 24-year-old has exploded in the Australian scene over the last couple of years, of course, with the Perth Wildcats in the ANBL, but absolutely owning the NBL 1 space as well. He was averaging about 40 points for a little bit of time there, Elijah Pepper, as he makes the second from the Chemist Warehouse. The lead is 7.
Yeah, he did set a new NBL 1 national scoring record with 59 points one game.
Oh yeah, not bad.
Yeah, and he averaged 36 points a game, which is absolutely incredible. Yeah, it's not too shabby, is it?
26 points a game is actually probably pretty low for him, eh? He's like, give me the ball right now. I'm going to work. Liafa.
Oh, nice action between Alia and Liafa. Rebound, though, from Ingram.
Yeah, Ingram's done a great job on the boards here. Hunt,
oh, my goodness.
just can't finish it off. And Charlie, you could just feel the frustration.
Yeah.
These rims are not friendly to anyone this afternoon, including that corner triple there from Cook Jr. Samuel is instructing Green to work on Hunt here, and he does just that. He cannot connect, and it falls to Pepper. Danger zone. Hunt kisses it off the glass and back out to 11 just like that.
Yeah, it's crazy how quickly the Wellington Saints can go on a run and how quickly they can string together a variety of different baskets so quickly. They play so fast. They average the highest points per game for a reason. The Airs, they started finding some momentum, but it's not the way they want to come out here in this fourth quarter.
Yeah, absolutely not, unfortunately. The Saints have come out firing with 6 points to score. Other Taranaki Airs, I mean, it was a good look from Xavier Green on Hunt, but he's 0 of 4, and that's been a big part to play today. Charlie, for the Taranaki Airs, they are 5 of 22 from downtown. They typically shoot it at just 30%, so definitely not their strong suit.
No, yeah, and that's where you come out of this timeout, and I think last time they did a great job. John White drew up a great play to get Quinton Bailey on the rim. I think they need something similar coming out of this timeout if they want to slow this Wellington momentum down. Otherwise, this game could get out of hand very quickly.
For our sake, for the Airs' sake, and for everybody else's sake, let's hope it does not go that way. I'd love to see Moores now get involved in the offense now that he's back in.
Yeah, Lukavea also checked into the game, and it looks like Aaron Cook Jr. is going to take a break, so it's going to be the young man Xavier Adam that is going to be running the show. It'll be interesting. My thing is it's going to go into Dane Samuels or James Moores in the post, and they're going to play out of it.
Yeah, well, Samuel's been relatively quiet in this tail end here in the second half. You know, he does start to lose his legs a little bit in the second half. Typically, we've seen that so far this season, but I mean, he's a force to be reckoned with once he gets to catch down there, and definitely has a size advantage over both Alea and Hunt.
Yeah, I'd like him to get a little bit more aggressive here and demand the ball down there in the post. And also, if their double team does come, which it was coming in the first half, I know they're not doubling on James Moores right now, but they still might be doubling on Darnay Samuels. So his ability to read that, and then also his teammate getting open for him and trying to play out of that. Otherwise, you get into a middle ball screen with Xavier Adam or Xavier Green.
Just sorting out some clock issues here in Hawera. Like I said, not a lot of games played here throughout the year. Of course, this is home for Taranaki Ears, home away from home, I should say, but the Manawatu Jets also hosting some home games here every now and then. Good crowd came along and showed out. A Carlin Davison t-shirt spotted there in the crowd. Some nice Ears kit as well. We're back underway, 8 minutes to go. Still anybody's game, but the Ears, they do trail by 9. Got it to 4 at one point. And just what the doctor ordered. He can't get the bucket, Charlie, but that's a great look for Sam.
Yeah, great look. Isolating him at the top, letting him get downhill a little bit. Just tried to use the right hand rather than the left. He gave himself some space. That's a little bit of a mismatch there. Nice pass from Pepper to Jordan Hunt, and that's pretty basketball from the Saints.
Great connection between those two in this quarter so far. They've made it a double-digit lead. Adam.
Directing traffic.
Yeah, gets the double drag. Gets it back from Moores. He's working on Ingram, who is just teaching him a lesson or two. They're running out of time here. Green must fire, finds a lane.
Nice.
Can't connect on both bites at the cherry. Pepper with the tight handle in transition. Uh-oh, can't deliver the dagger.
It's just the story of the Ears game right now. Just how many bunnies do they miss? I mean, it's a great move to get a look and then also reset, but just not being able to finish that second layup. It's definitely frustrating. I've been there many times, and sometimes layups are so easy, and sometimes it feels like they're the hardest thing in the world. But is certainly far from out of this one as Xavier Adams controlling the ball at the top.
16 of 41 from that two-point land. That's 39% for the Ears. It's nice basketball here. That's what Adam does best. He's off the back rim there, but Moore's getting amongst, earns another possession for the Ears. Green gives it to him. Moores finds Vaya. He has to work with 3 here, floats it up and not in. Once again, these Hawera rims unfriendly.
I mean, it's a great move coming off that on-ball, curling it tightly, getting to that floater. Just couldn't quite get the roll, and a foul is going to be called there on Xavier Adam.
And it's probably time you start looking at, and that's exactly what I was about to say, checking back in Cook Jr. and Stroud. Great to have Vaya and Adam with those burst minutes off of the bench, but if you're the Ears, you need all your best players on the floor right now.
Yeah, no, absolutely. It's hitting that 6-minute mark, so you probably, unless for foul trouble, you won't see these guys go off again, as we see Elijah Pepper. Nice pump fake, gets to the middle, float again, got it.
He's not bad at basketball.
He's pretty damn good, that's for sure.
24 points and 7 rebounds for Elijah Pepper. A moving screen on Samuel. Again, a lot of emphasis on this in the Sal's NBL, and a crucial possession there for the Ears.
Yeah, I'd like to get a look at that replay just to see if it was him leaning with the shoulder. I think we're going to get a look right here. And yeah, he just clipped him with his bum. The bum screens aren't allowed. You can't go out of your cylinder. But Darnay Samuel, I just personally don't think that needs to get called.
It's difficult when that one, probably could have got away with it if he just stood still and was just in the way, you know. He's a big body.
Yeah, he has a big body.
But this is a good answer here from Stroud. He's been relentless and putting pressure on the rim. Hasn't had a lot of success, but nonetheless, we'll get to the Chemist Warehouse stripe. We'll see that one there, just draws it on Jordan Hunt. Nice work there from Stroud. He, of course, is in his second game with Taranaki Years and his first occasion. 21 points.
Yeah, he had a big game.
3 rebounds, 3 assists, and 3 steals.
Yeah, he came alive late there once he warmed up in that game against the Southland Sharks. That fourth quarter, he really let loose a little.
bit of a different occasion tonight. Obviously had the foul trouble, he's on 4, but just 4 points. And he's 14% from the field. Still got 5 rebounds and 2 steals. Liafa gives it right to Cook Jr. And they have an advantage in transition, which they do put the cherry on top of. And it's back to single digits.
Yeah, nice getting out and running in transition, Brandon Stroud. That's how you build your momentum, build your confidence, getting out in transition, getting those easy layups. Nice find from Aaron Cook Jr., who he's at top 10 in the leaderboard for the assists as well. As a nice smart play there from Pepper, getting James Moores up in the air, and it's going to be another foul on him. So I'm not sure if that's 4.
Yeah, 4 on the night, I believe. Moores, I mean, it's a tricky one. Just didn't need to jump.
Get him up in the air.
Of course, Coach John White just stressing out a little bit about that one.
Yeah, John White serves as an assistant coach with the Bendigo Spirit in the WNBL, where he's won a championship with them, and then obviously coming over here in his first year as a coach for the Taranaki years, and he got them off to a firing start. Just trying to work through some kinks, and obviously some new players trying to get them all gelling together, and then I think they could be a dangerous team once they sort that all out and make some layups.
That always helps, making layups in the game of basketball. You'd be surprised to know. Moores, nice, into Bailey, and right on cue.
Yeah.
You can't write that kind of stuff. Bailey just couldn't finish. That's been the story of tonight. That's why the Ears sit at 57, and Hawera on the other end does one better. And will that be the night for Brandon Stroud off the back of an Akicha Leah and 1? Let's take a look at that, Charlie.
Yeah, pretty reject from Carl Davison. Nice dump off and almost dropped the catch was Hawera. It allowed time for Brandon Stroud to come across and then clipped him on the arm, and that's going to be his night, his second outing in the Sal's NBL, and it's going to finish early for him, unfortunately.
It's frustrating when you move to a new country and you just try to figure out how the games are refereed, what you can and can't get away with. Unfortunately, Stroud will not be back in this one. Moore's also taking a seat alongside him as well. Green at the facilitating point for Ears. Vaya finds Cook Jr. Well defended by Pepper. Jr. somehow found Bailey inside. Bailey, so efficient tonight, is stepping up when they need it. 8 points for Quinton Bailey.
Yeah, no, he had a huge night in the Rapid League as well to secure their first Rapid League win. As we see a nice pass over the top to Jordan Hunt, and he thought Dante Ingram was staying in the corner. And miscommunication there, so an important stop for the Taranaki Ears. They're going to need to start capitalizing on offense though if they want to stay in the hunt of winning this one.
33% from the field on the night for the Taranaki Ears. I mean, it's pretty hard to capitalize on the offensive end when it's the tail of the day. Samuel quiet in this half. Green somehow finds a lane.
Nice.
Bailey again. I mean, Charlie, how many times can we say it?
Yeah. That was, I feel sorry for the big men down low. They're just not quite executing. I think they're going to be doing thousands of mic hand drills the next few days. I mean, they're great looks as we see Aaron Cook Jr. hustling for a steal, and they're still in this game.
Absolutely.
Like, if they made some layups, I tell you what, it could be a very different story right now.
The importance of the little things. That doesn't help
that
either.
A little bit too much from Dane Samuels, and Isaiah Liafa's going to get a clear runway. And I think Quinton Bailey clipped him on the head. It's going to be an and one. Isaiah Liafa gets himself back into the mix of the scoring.
20 turnovers now for the Ears as well. I mean, that's not ideal for anyone by any means. Liafa, only his 4th point of the game, Charlie. He's been really quiet offensively. He's 0 of 6. He does have 6 assists, but just coming alive when they need him.
Yeah, no, and I think the biggest part of his game, I mean, when you're surrounded by scorers such as Elijah Pepper, like that playmaking aspect of the game is so important and what he means to the Saints. And so I think the 6 assists shows a lot in how he's impacting the game, even if he's not scoring.
Nice make down the other end there from Bailey. 11 points is the deficit now, and that'll help for the Taranaki Ears. Turnover number 19 for the Wellington Saints.
And I'll tell you what, Colin Davis, he's got 6 assists, but he's now up to 5 turnovers on the night as well. Saints just trying to thread the needle a little bit too much tonight. Potentially, when they're at home, it works, but on the road it's a different story. Just not quite executing.
Not too much time against the Ears, but they do have to execute on each possession now. Cook Jr. just couldn't find any space. Somehow he makes it work. Step back, Poppy Jack. It's back to single digits.
Step back, Poppy Jack. Papa Jack? I do love Papa Jack chips. You remember those, Mark?
Yeah, those were good back in the day.
Yeah, no, they are fabulous.
The little five pack in the school lunches of Papa Jacks.
Yeah, there you go. But no, it brings it within single digits. It's going to be a blocking foul, and Elijah Pepper still getting it up from there as Quinton Bailey's going to take a seat, and James Moore's back into the game with those 4 fouls. Let's see if he can last the full 2 minutes 30.
Oh, surely. 2.5 minutes, and we've just got the word in from Hamish.
That's
discontinued
really,
Papa Jacks.
That's really sad. Papa Jacks were my favourite.
Favourite?
They were up there with Shapes.
That's a Charlie issue. That Papa Jacks were your
Papa
favourite.
Jacks were legendary.
Out of a lot of selection to choose from, you know, like a salt and vinegar chip, or like a copper kettle sea salt.
No, Papa Jacks had something about them that were just better, you know. I mean, there's a standard
Charlie
chip,
likes
and then
a
there's a
quirk.
Papa Jack.
And then there's a Papa Jack. Road chat for you Saturday afternoon here in NZNBL. Sometimes you have to talk about the important things here in Aotearoa.
Yeah, when you see too many missed layups, you start going a little bit
bit crazy, yeah.
Anyway, Elijah Pepper to extend the lead to 11. 2 minutes 30 to play here. Ears are going to need to start going on a little bit of a run. Going to need to make some magic happen, and Aaron Cook Jr., well, he's slowly starting to make it happen. Nice, pretty move.
Yeah, this is go time for the Taranaki Ears. They'll go to Green, who's been in a safe spot all season long offensively.
Wow.
You know what? That's just a tough shot. Good defense, but better offense.
Yeah, I'm going to bite my lip because I was about to say that is not a great shot, but if it goes in, it goes in, so I can't complain, and they close the lead to 9. Going to need to string some stops together now, though. Liafa getting downhill, and, well, he can't make a layup, but tipped out by Malia. He'll get another chance.
Yeah, Alia finishes that one off nicely, and when the Ears thought they would get a stop. Cannot. Vea, he's got to hit that. It's far too long. And Pepper, slow the pace down here. No need to rush for the Saints. Again, low scoring by their record. They average 104 points per game, and they're at 76. Make that 78, and Elijah Pepper up to 29.
Yeah, low scoring for the Saints, but not low scoring for Elijah Pepper. And I mean, the commentator's MVP. It's hard to look anywhere else other than Elijah Pepper right now.
I mean, 29 points, 7 rebounds, 2 assists, and a steal. He's 3 of 8 from deep, and the next highest scorer is Alaire at 14. I think he's your only pick.
Yeah, he really is. As we got a timeout here. Down 13 are the Ears. I have seen crazier things happen, Maya.
This is true.
I have seen crazier things happen right now, but they're going to need to play very fast. They're going to need to hit some threes, and they're going to pretty much hold the Saints scoreless if they want to win this one.
Who are you going to down the stretch? I mean, Xavier Green's been really tough in this last quarter. Cook Jr., of course, also catching fire. You know, what do you think the offensive focuses are here for the Ears?
I mean, I think Aaron Cook Jr., he's 3 for 6 from 3, and some of them are tough. I mean, I get the ball in his hands. He's one of the fastest players in the league. You get him into an ISO or on-ball situation, and you let him try and make a decision and make something happen. If it gets shut down, you throw it to Xavier Green and let him go to work.
1.5 minutes to play here at Hawera. You can just hear the noise in the atmosphere. People of Hawera are so happy to have a Sal's NBL game brought to them. The Saints lead by 13. It's been back and forth. They're biggest lead of the game so far is the 13. The Years have only been out in front by 4.
Little
What's
peace
up?
sign from some of the kids.
What's up, little man? Confident in front of the camera.
All right, here we go. Xavier Adam to inbound, a crucial possession here for the Airs. Aaron Cook Jr. with the ball in his hand.
Cook Jr. will lead this possession, no doubt. Moores has the mismatch on Pepper. Uses his footwork into the body of Pepper. And no arguments there. Moores will go to the Chemist Warehouse strike.
Yeah, Elijah Pepper actually being super solid in there guarding the bigger James Moores, but uses the footwork, brings the elbows high across over the arms of Elijah Pepper and drawing the foul. He'll go to the line for 2.
Big free throws for James Moores. He's 4 of 4 on the evening. And makes it count. Never looked like missing. Second one on way here. Could bring it back to 11 points again. Stranger things have happened, but it's going to be a hard ask for the home team. That'll help from James Moores.
Yeah, I'd like to see a bit of full court pressure here from the Airs. And I mean, I heard a buzzer go off, but play will continue and...
No one.
No, it won't.
I thought it was going to continue as well. I think it may have just been an accident from our Sales NBL score bench. On that occasion, we may just get it back to the baseline, or we'll go back court sideline and just chip away at a little bit of that shot clock. Callum Welch, back-to-back Sales NBL Referee of the Year. Keachalair will get back in for this offensive possession. Ingram taking a seat. And a smart move from Aaron Young there. Keachalair, he's got 16 points and 3 offensive rebounds as well. Here comes Pepper. The step on Cook Jr. Gets a lane. Finds Alair. In the corner, the big man.
And the smiling assassin, as they call him, getting it done with a triple in the corner. Aaron Cook Jr. trying to respond and does so, but it might be too little, too late, Maya.
I think that may be the correct way to say it there, Charlie. 81, plays 69. I think the Saints have just been too good in this last quarter. So much offensive firepower. I mean, if you're giving up an open triple to Liafa, you are probably cool in game. They'll get another bite at the cherry, this time through Pepper.
He's trying to secure that MVP. Oh, and it looked good. And he's just such an impressive scorer. We've talked about him a lot tonight, and definitely gets the commentators MVP from me and you, Maya.
Yeah, there's no one else that we could have even thought to give it to. Moores finally gets one to go. That's the finishing they were missing all game long, and the last possession will fall here to the Wellington Saints, and they humbly dribble it out, or will they look for their last shot? I think they're going to attack for a final play of the game. They're going to go through Liafa. Steps back. Won't get his first triple, and the Wellington Saints again. 4 wins on the bounce on the flip. The Airs 4 losses on the bounce. The Saints, they don't do it convincingly, but they do it. 81-71. Charlie, it was a grind here in Hawera.
It was a grind indeed, and I think they've been on such good form lately, scoring over 100 in the last few games. And then to come here and score 81 points but still come away with a win. Good teams can grind out the dirty games, and I think that's what they did this time. They had 19 turnovers, which is far beyond what Aaron Young wanted for tonight, but they found a way, and ultimately that's what championship level teams do. They find a way when things aren't going their way.
Elijah Pepper found a way tonight. 29 points on the evening. It made no sense to give it to anybody else but him. He was 3 of 9 from deep and had 8 rebounds, 3 assists and a steal to go alongside that. The people of Hawera They're showing out for their Taranaki Airs. I mean, you've got to give Airs the flowers. They fought pretty hard, but it's hard to do it when you have 20 turnovers and you shoot at 37% from the field.
Yeah, I mean, both teams, but also the Airs, they just came out a little bit too slow. I think they're still trying to find their footing with these new pieces that have been implemented in. But yeah, it was the turnovers today, and we mentioned it many times. It was the layups. They had a lot of great looks. There was probably 20 to 30 points left on the table there from missed layups. But there's still a lot of potential. I think there's some growing pains on this Airs side, but there's definitely not a team to knock out for contention.
Of course, the Saints having it all up, sneaking away with that one. Of course, plenty of basketball still to come. Both teams are going to look ahead, and we're going to look at the Chemist Warehouse stats of today. I mean, we spoke about it, Charlie. Elijah Pepper, he jumps off the screen at you, but there are contributions across the board that impress, and that got the Saints across the line. I mean, how about that scoring spread on both sides?
Yeah, no, very even scoring spread as we've quickly jumped straight to the rebounds, but we're back to the points. Elijah Pepper and Akicha Lea leading the way for the Saints. Aaron Cook Jr. and James Moore's right there for the Airs. We move to the rebounds. Jordan Hunt, he leads the way with 10 rebounds. Alea, Pepper, Davison right behind him, and then on the other side, James Moore's, we talked about it. He's going to be such a big factor in the rebounding battle for this Airs side with Samuel and Green right there as well.
Little double-double for Jordan Hunt as well.
Yep.
Humble one off the bench.
We talked about the playmakers for the Saints side. They've got so many, and it's those three at the top right there. Davison and Aliafa both have 7 apiece, and Pepper right there with 3. And then Aaron Cook Jr., who's also right there in that top 5 with assists in the league. He takes 5 tonight. Marcel Jones with limited minutes gets 3, and Luca Vea as well off the bench with 3.
Yeah, Davison and Liafa both just surrounded by such good scorers.
Oh, look
Hunt,
at that.
he had himself a game.
A bit of a stat sheet stuffer right there.
10 points, 10 rebounds, 4 blocks. I think he got a steal as well. We'll see him in the next category. Alongside, I think, the leader for the Taranaki Airs, Cook Jr. 4 steals and Stroud. I mean, that's a dangerous backcourt of guards if they're getting that many steals. I mean, there was a lot of turnovers today. You know, I think that's the key message here, but I mean, great pressure from the guards.
Yeah, no, great pressure in a fast pace like that. Just being able to read the floor and intercept those ones that they can get. Now just need to be able to execute on the offensive end for the next game as we see Xavier Adam signing some socks right now. And that's a difficult job to do. He's doing a great job. Signing socks is hard.
Yeah, that's an interesting choice. I mean, I'm assuming this young man's mother is not going to be stoked about that.
I've had a kid ask me to do a forehead, and I tell you what.
Forehead?
Yeah, I was not doing it.
Oh, you said
we've
no,
got one on the cheek right
on
here.
The cheek from the mascot too. I mean, Xavier Adam is an absolute hit with these fans. I mean, everyone is at the moment. Jones, Vea, Moore's there in the back, a bit more acceptable to sign the ball, you would say.
Yeah.
Adam, yeah, there he goes with the ball.
Nice. As we take a look at these upcoming fixtures for the rest of your weekend. Right after this broadcast, it's going to go down to Otago, Dunedin, the Edgar Centre. The Tuatara are trying to bounce back after a loss against the Sharks, taking on the Nuggets. Well, I have to go to the Tuatara, right? But then it's the top of the table clash, the new top of the table. It was the top of the table clash on Thursday night with the Sharks and Tuatara. Now it's against the Rams, who are in peak form, leading the way with a group of young coaches with Quinn Clinton and Lucas Schnurriger. They're doing a great job down there.
And of course that one is on Sky Open as well, so free view to all that want to watch that one. So if you want to get amongst, you can get amongst that. And then of course we have round 6 rounding out on your Sunday evening, and then back into round 7. Can you believe it's already jumped out to round 7, Joe?
It's absolutely flying by. I tell you what, I've missed the first 6 rounds, but the next rounds, and this is where it starts building up and getting more and more important. Each game gets more and more important. I'm sure we're going to see this ladder take lots of turns, jump up and down with many different teams, but at the end of the day, you want to be one of those 6 teams in that final 6 competing for a championship.
Thank you so much for joining us here on Sky Sport. Jump over and watch the Tuatara take on the Nuggets, a near top of the table clash. And again, thank you for joining us here tonight, and congratulations to the Wellington Saints. They walk away 81-71. Ka kite anō.